This is MoteMancer. It's a factory builder and an automation game, and honestly, probably one of the most underrated factory builders that have released this year. It's kind of like if Factorio had elements incorporated, and those elements were super cool and very, very interesting. What do I mean by that? Well, stick around and find out. We have some objectives up in the top left-hand corner. Harvesting motes. So motes are basically like the life source of everything around us. There we go. We will claim that objective. Fantastic. Now, you'll also see that there are a bunch of like little plants over here, and we are going to collect some motes of water from them. As you can see, these motes are like little elemental crystal things. We can also get motes of life from like different trees and whatnot. Very, very fine. There is also this little like crack stuff over here, which is something that we are going to be exploring very, very shortly indeed. Let's tidy this up and then see what our next objective is. So, we need to open our inventory, craft some aether, and craft some salt. Salt is crafted from water, earth, or shadow motes. So let's queue up 5 of those. And we'll also get some aether, which is crafted from life, fire, or air motes. So there are 6 elements, and we are going to be exploring them all because they all do different things. Pretty darn cool. Okay, collect smarter, not harder. That is absolutely fine with me. We will build ourselves a simple collector, which we can do. It's a building over here, and we will also build ourselves a grindstone, and we will get to the bottom of how that works. Fantastic. Okay, the simple collector. It's literally a mine. It's an excavator. The little orange tab is where, the little orange hex, I suppose, is where the resource is output. And what we can do is we can place ourselves a grindstone right about here, and this is going to allow us to export whatever we are mining at the moment. In this case, mote of water, except we don't have power at the moment. We'll talk about that in just a second. And then grindstone, yep, as you can see, salt slash, water slash earth is going to equal salt. So we are going to be making salt with this little process here. However, we don't have power. The way that power happens is that we have to cast a flare. Now, that's just basically like something that we can apparate out of thin air, although there will be ways that we can manipulate that in due course. This also is not finite. It will run out. This is a sphere. I was going to say a cube, but a cube in a round form. That is, in fact, a sphere. Look at that. There we go. Mote of water incoming. Beautiful. We're nabbing ourselves some salt. Right. Next on the agenda is an infusion altar and some pedestals, and we need to fuse aether and salt prism in an infusion altar. Fine. So we need to go to the artifice, we need to go pedestal, and we also need some salt prisms, which means that we are going to need a little bit of aether, and I currently do not have that. So let's set up a mining operation for some aether ingredients. So we are after the mote of life, and the mote of life we can get from this big old patch down here. So let's get that cracking immediately. I'm going to basically do the same little setup. We just get one. There we go. Tidy this area up just a smidgeroony. There we go. We get one little extractor, and we'll extract over there. And then as soon as the grinder or the grindstone is here, we'll get that right there. Boom. We'll make sure that the mana flare is touching both of the buildings. That is very, very important. And suddenly we are making motes of life. Fantastic. That's looking amazing. Okay. No, don't want to make a little flare there. I mean, we can suck up the flare, actually. So we can get rid of them, we can place them down. These are kind of like pylons. It will become increasingly challenging to place them. Believe it or not, you know, when you've got a big sort of sophisticated factory, things do get a little bit hairy. But that's all right. Now, I'm just cleaning up a little bit of space here so that we can look to do our next stage. And I'm thinking we'll do it here. Now, there is this, like, area that's spreading. This is like the portal that we came through in order to get to the plane of life, which is where we are. This stuff might be spreading. I don't know. We'll have to take a rain check on that in a second. But for now, let's at least get a infusion altar started. And how many pedestals do I have? Did I craft pedestals? I don't think I've crafted pedestals. I'll craft 2 pedestals, and we'll get the infusion altar sorted as well. Alright, infusion altar, we're going to get down, and then the pedestals we are going to get down in a very sort of like specific configuration outside. So we're going to make sure that they are a respectful distance away. We're also going to power the mana flare right there, which is good, and suddenly, here you go, we can see that our pedestals are relative to the central placement. We crafted 2 pedestals, fuse aether, and a salt prism. So, what is a salt prism made of? It is literally salt plus aether. So we have salt, aether, and then salt prisms. You know what? Give me like 5 of these, 10 of these crafted manually, and then we'll get some more aether after that. We are, of course, making the old... what is it up here? Out of reach. Yeah, we're making salt up here, which is grand. And then we're making aether down there, which is grand too. So, let's get the salt prism attached onto here. We can only do 1 at a time, apparently. That's a little bit annoying, but that's fine. There we go. And what do you know? We are able to infuse these 2 things together. They're going to come together over the top of this, platform here. And we have researched research. What do you know? We have researched the tech tree. This is the tech tree right here. This first node that we are moving towards... This is Infusion. We've done that one. Simple logistics, basic tools for item storage and transfer. That's stuff like belts, I hope. At least that will be... No, that's belts right there. The shifting slab. Okay, fine. Let's get another one of these in there. And you know what I can also do? I can grab some more pedestals. There's nothing stopping us from getting more pedestals here, 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 and here. And, you know... Just drop in there, 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 and then just drop in here, here, and here, which I realize is a little bit of overkill because I don't actually have that many or needs for that many. But the good news is that we have now researched simple logistics. Fantastic. Okay, shall sifting slabs carrying blah, 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 blah. Fine. Let's move right along. Thank you. Let's move right along. Okay, we don't even have to select it. We just need to put the resources in. That's fine. Good. Wow, they've already disappeared. We've already got rid of them. Well, let's get the resources that we need. Logistics, what do we got here? We've got a simple gripper, so this is like a logistics inserter thing. We've also got a simple chest, which is nice, going to allow us to store all of the resources that we could possibly need. And it's just going to make my life a heck of a lot easier to move all of the resources around. So I'm thinking what we want to do over here pretty rapidly, actually. As soon as we've got belts, I want to set up a belt route all the way up to my research area. This is going to become the research area, apparently. There we go, and there we go. And just add directly to there. Nice. Okay, good stuff. We need 1 additional bit of research for the shifting slab. Research does cost different things, by the way. It does get progressively more and more expensive. So what do we got up here? A tinker's table, a workshop to shape the foundations of automation. Okay, very cool. An underground slab, a salt sanctuary. Right, there's a lot of different things here. A simple gripper to place the salt prism into the pedestal. Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking, video game. Let's start the process of getting 5 of these suckers. That's good. I'm also going to get a few more simple collectors as well whilst we're at it. Speaking of logistics, it's time to invest in the shifting slabs, which are going to be tremendously useful for us. What I also wanted to do was get another one of these and probably another one of these, actually. Yeah, that's good. How are you doing? You need resources? Well, that's fine. I will get this. This will output. We will put down another mana flare over here. We'll put down another mana flare over here. Beautiful. And with these shifting slabs, we should be able to. That is an absolute joke. But I think you get the vibe. There we go. Nice. So, resources are going to be moved around spectacularly, if I do indeed say so myself. Very, very pleased with how that is all looking. And then all I need to do is just have some offloading areas over here. We need a few more shifting slabs. Get within range there. It's good. We can do control to lock the angle, which is maybe not the worst thing in the world. And I do still need another one of these grinder things. Grindstones. Yeah, okay. Let's go back up here and see if we can try and pick up some more resources. Also gonna do the same... Yeah, thanks, video game. Also gonna do the same sort of expansion operation over here, because I need more... I need more grinders, right? I'm gonna need loads and loads of bits and bobs, so we might as well just get ahead of the curve. There we go, get that in there. And we've got the tinker's table now, don't we? No, we don't. That's over there, so we do need to get that done. But we're still going to need to craft the resources manually. So, yeah, for example, salt plus... In fact, no, we can do it in the grindstone. Salt plus aether equals that. So, we can do this. Is there another aether source? There's another aether source over here. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's put together a little sub-op. This is... I don't know what a sub-op is, but it sounded official. There we go. More belts. Good. Because I'm gonna need belt production buffered, like, pretty much as soon as I possibly can get it. But here's what I'm thinking. We get something like that over there. Yeah, we'll need to make sure that the grabber is powered as well, which is a little bit of an annoying... Okay, we are locked, of course. That's good. Unlock. Freeform. Yoink you up this way. And... yoink you over here. Get rid of all this junk. Fantastic. And now, all that we need to do is grab the output from here. The output from here. Stick them both onto a belt. And come down. Yeah, we'll cut the corner a little bit. It's fine. Not super worried about that. Make sure... that goes in there. That goes in there. We actually need to replenish this thing. Boom. And as long as it's not, like, completely dissipated, locked, we can replenish the existing, like, little outposts that we have already sort of dotted around the place. Okay, this maybe is looking a little bit sketchy, but trust me, it's going to come together really nicely, I think. All right, look at that. I have got a little operation that now makes sand... pyramids. Sand pyramids? Salt prisms. Fine. All we need to now do is get these added to the pedestal, which I can do. That's kind of not the vibe that I'm going for there, to be honest with you. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Is it fine? No, it's not fine, because of course we're going to need to get one of these in there, and then we're going to need to extend... by one. So yeah, this is the issue with the mana flares at the moment. They only cover like the hexes directly around them. Now that can change, and that is honestly something that I do want to change, but it's not something that we can change right now. What do we need? We need salt. Fine, we will go and get the salt. And in fact, you know what? I'm gonna just use this existing operation here in order to get... where is it? Chest. Yeah, that's what I need. I need to get a chest. That's also going in the wrong direction. I don't know why that's the case. Did I guess add it? Fine. Okay, good. So we're gonna buffer salt just in this chest over here. That's good. Salt prisms coming on down. Let's get you filled up to the brim. And then let's finish out this route. Yep, right up here. Yeah. That's actually fine. I mean, it looks a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but it will work. And in fact, if we do that there, then we can power it all with a single mana gripper. Although, I'm now realizing, why the heck do I need those additional grippers? Because I've already placed the grippers, potato, you dingus. So, there we go. That's legit. Okay, so now we have automated research. It's not perfect, far from it. There's still more work that needs to be done down here. I know that I have yet to put in the grinder, and I think we can satisfy one grinder with two... Yeah, with two mines. So definitely want to make sure that we're doing that. What do I need here? We need salt prisms. Of course we do. We always need salt prisms. Also, these mana orbs run out of juice super fast. That is not something that I want to have happen, you know? Also, I'm going to pick you up because we don't actually need you. And I'm going to pick you up as well because you're not actually doing anything at the moment. Look, this research is not going to set the world alight. This is easy stuff, right? Like, we are right at the sort of beginning of the process. Salt? I would love salt. Thank you very much. I will take it. We're right at the beginning of the process. It's completely fine. Use a tinker's table to craft a shifting slab. A shifting slab is a salt prism and salt. Now, we already have salt here and salt prisms down here. So, actually, tell you what. Here's what I actually think I would rather do. I think I would rather take it off on a new route. The reason being, where's the tinker's table? Oh, I need to unlock it, of course. There we go. Boom. Research unlocked. Fantastic. Video game is happy with me. I am happy with video game. We are in joint harmony. Right. Here's what I want to do. I want to take the... There we go, just a little bit more. I want to take these onto a belt. I want to bring them down the belt here. I'd like to get the tinker's table in this vicinity. Yep, we want to get the grabber to go there. Perfect. We want that to power them both. Salt to continue down here. Tinker's table is going to have an input of just... Ah, no, sorry. My bad. This is supposed to be a grindstone here. A grindstone to make the salt prism. I'm squeezing this all together. My small brain is making it happen. Right, so salt comes down here. It's gonna get combined with the aether from here, which at the moment we have to use the hands for, the grippers, the grabbers. But that will change, don't worry. Okay, good. Nice, clean this up. A few more motes of life. Love to see it. Okay. Nice. And come up to the top. This is horrifically not scalable, but don't worry. As soon as we get underground belts, we will... Or sorry, underground shifting slabs. Shifting slabs underground. That's what we're after. As soon as we get all that, we will be golden. Right, so salt plus aether equals salt pyramids. That's right. Okay, next thing that we want to do. We want to make sure that we're buffering. Because I'm not... I've, got to maintain these good habits. So, we put those two hands there. Except we need to put a chest in the middle. The output is the salt pyramids. Excellent. Next thing, we want to come down here. We want to get the tinker's table over there. And then we want to get a hand over here. I'm going to very annoyingly have to put down 2 mana orbs, 2 mana flares, but that's, I think, fine, because they're both going to sort of, like, power this tinker's table anyway. Right, so, at the moment, we don't have any output required for the tinker's table. Although, I was going to say, yeah, we're probably going to need to throw them into the research facility fairly quickly. Yeah, crossing salt slab chains. Salt slab chains. Okay, anyway. Let's just buffer them for now. But it's good to know. It's good to know that we've got them, right? It's good to know that we've got them. Obviously, I am not producing enough salt. In fact, I'm not producing enough of anything, I don't think. I mean, look, this is the early stage of a factory building game. I am deeply unhappy with how this is all working at the present moment. But I think I can make this work. I'm very, very happy with how this is looking. The most important thing for me to get done right now is to buffer as much as I can reasonably do, is to buffer this at the outputs. Great, we buffer that at the output. Perfect, we build another mana flare. Look, they're free, they don't cost anything with the exception of a little bit of time. We get a little bit of mana, that's fine. Output, input, etc. Yeah, we need salt. I'll add the salt manually, that's fine. Okay. Here's what I'm going to go do. I've got a couple of simple collectors. I am going to go around all of these different places, and I am going to try and make sure that these belts are at least a little bit more full. That is going to be my objective to get done. Okay, things should be operating a little bit more fluidly now. I've introduced this little grouping. I've doubled up on the extractors over here. That's looking good. This is looking good. I've got a bit more aether coming in consistently down from the bottom of the world, which is nice. Right, an elemental binder is next on the list. I have no idea. It's right there. Binds motes into stable elemental forms. It's literally salt prism, aether, and shifting slabs. And the underground slabs are coming along before that, which is beautiful, because I am going to need underground slabs. Now, we currently have got 30 there. That is absolutely nowhere near enough. And to be honest, I mean, can we do... We can't do a splitter. We can merge directly on, but I don't think we can... Yeah, I don't think we can split directly. We certainly can't at the present moment. There might be something that gives us that opportunity later on. The underground slab, extended flare, increases the duration of the mana flare by 50%. See, that's exactly what we need. You know what? I'll just get this here. Sure, we'll just double the amount of salt that we are currently outputting directly onto this belt, which will make the process a heck of a lot smoother. I know there's a lot of mana orbs at the moment, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, here's what I now need to do. I need to get some pedestals. We need to get, I don't know, like 2 pedestals. Yeah, that'll be fine. 2 pedestals. We need to bang these suckers down. We need to bang them down like here and here, respectively, so that we can get some hands that go on there. A mana orb in the middle, which is the most important thing. Also, we need to make sure that these mana orbs are 100% filled up to the brim. You are needed to power the altar. It's good. And you go over there. Nice. Here's what I want to do. I want to do a little sort of test run for how things will work out. The reason being is that as soon as we get underground belts, this is going to become automated. For now, we're just going to manually simulate this with a chest up at the top here. There we go. For now, that's good enough. We bang down a chest. There. Excellent. And we put the slabs in here. And then as soon as we power this system up, that's good. It should work. Amazing. So, am I right in thinking that we've got all of the goods in order to research the elemental binder and the underground slabs? I think we do. Okay, so I think having 2 is honestly probably a little bit of overkill. 2 of each. You know, it's fine. If I need to go down to 1, it's going to be super easy for us to go down to 1. So, you know, let's not sweat the small stuff. It's completely fine. This is also not a great flow rate. These grabbers do not really work overly quickly. But I will just be tolerant of that right now. I'm not gonna worry about it. So what do we need? We need 20 rounds. 20 rounds of suction. That's fine. I think we can manage that. Do I want to get another hand over here? Helping hands. It's, yeah, not a bad idea. We'll do a helping hand there, and the helping hand will get a little bespoke new belt, but it does mean that we can power it with the same orb, which is actually quite nice. Right, just make sure that all the orbs are in good working order. Yep, they are. Fantastic. And then we will push ahead. We will get underground belts. We will get the elemental binder. And we will see what the elemental binder is going to do for us. And there we go. Underground slabs. Yoink. We have done it. So, how do we build them? Pretty easily, as it turns out. It's just a couple of existing ones. Sure. So, I mean, if I do this, yeah, if I do that there, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Then we get this that goes down underneath, and then you can go this way, and then we integrate with the existing belt that we've got. Perfect. All we now need is a hand, which we already have right there, and suddenly we have automated this this research process, which is very nice. It means you can come up, and we don't need this orb anymore. Fantastic. Very, very cool indeed. I'm not super happy about the fact that I now don't have a sort of consistent buffer chest that I can just yoink all these plates from. But it seems like the hand is working slower than the manufacturing facility. Anecdotally, maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same time frame. I don't know how fast the transfer is here. Maybe it's the same. I suppose the production time is the same. Oh yeah, look, we got loads and loads of those. Loads and loads of those things. Just chilling around in there. Anyway, elemental binder, here I come. There we go. It is done. Elemental binder. Okay, so this is going to reveal elemental life research. Claim that. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, this is where the elemental stuff really starts to, well, I think, mattering. What do we need in order to get an extended flare? I mean, it's free real estate, right? Because the salt prism, aether, shifting slab, they're already being moved down. A sanctum for refined salt crafting. A salt sanctuary. That's going to require a simple gripper. How do we make a simple gripper? It's a pedestal and 2 aether. And a pedestal is what? A salt prism and salt? Okay, we can maybe make that happen. Also, look at that. All of my mana flares are running out all over the place. That can be a problem if we're not careful. Certainly in the early stages, you know, because as I say, I can recharge the ones that have yet to run out. But if they do run out, then we will just have to, you know, place it back down, which I mean is not a hugely big deal. It's just something that we need to consider. Right, there we go. Good. Good. Looking fine. So, we're going to continue to work on the extended flare process, which is going to make me a lot of money, or it's not going to make me any money, actually. It's going to make me more time, which is what matters. Right. What was I doing? Yeah, so the Tree of Life. Nurture a source of power as enduring of the roots of life. This is going to give me access to some of the elemental earth buildings. So, the elemental binder will allow me to bind motes into stable elemental forms. So I need elemental life and salt prisms in order to do this. Let's build the elemental binder first and see what we need as an ingredient. Can be crafted in the salt sanctuary. Okay, so we're going to need the salt sanctuary, which is the other complicated building that we're going to need to get in order to work it. There we go. Do that in there. It's good. Here. Nice. And round at the back here? Sure. For good measure. I mean, look, it's not like I had anything else to do anyway, because we were waiting to craft the elemental binder. So, let's at least plonk that down and see what we're working with here. Right. We need to make this sucker. We need a little bit of salt, and we need just the raw extraction that we are currently mining from the motes. So the salt that we could get, I mean, I kind of feel like maybe here's not the right place to do it. I'm thinking maybe we do it over here. I mean, it's a bit of a faff to get all of the resources up here, and I don't know about this sort of stuff that's spreading from the portal. But I'm thinking, I mean, if we've got very sort of like rudimentary production facilities up in the water department, making a few extra thingies just for the salt would be good, and then making a few extra thingies for the tree motes. Yeah, that'd be fine. Okay, let's go and get this done. Let's do it real quick. We're gonna make it there. We'll get a few more of these, a few more of those. And then we've actually got loads and loads of belt already, which I think should be plenty. We'll start with just, there we go. We'll start with just a little bit of this. I actually don't like this placement at all. Let's take it back so that we can capture more resources. That's fine. Little grindstone, cheeky little grindstone in the middle there. Excellent. Make sure that it's all powered. Good and good. That's what we like to see. And actually, you know what? We can increase the length of our mana flare. Very good. Bioradiance. Increase the range of the biorhythm by 100%. Well, we don't know what that means yet. I mean, I think I do know what it means, but we don't really know what it means. Right, control, make sure that it's locked, so we just go in one direction. That's a little bit far, but that's fine. And that is our salt, and that is all that we need for 50% of this. Get that in there. These are the new extended length mana flares, which look very... I mean, they literally look exactly the same. They are the same. They're just bigger. Bigger capacity. I mean... Yeah. Or do I need to place down the new ones? Total generated raw power 500. Or maybe they just last for longer. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right, let's get a little extraction setup going on over here. And then let's pipe all of the elemental motes up to the binder. Okay, the motes are coming through. That's looking good. Let's get this sucker over here. And let's get this into position. This was very much on purpose to put it over here, because it means that I can just yoink it straight down and into the pedestals. Remember, we also need to get the simple gripper situation sorted. Let's go 1, 2. Is that really overkill? It's probably a bit overkill, actually. That in there, that in there. Simple gripper. Yep. Cool. And cool. And then the output of this, literally, just come down. Nice and simple. Perfect. Okay, so that is the elemental life that we are now making. We are now making elemental life, fully vibrant, flourishing life. And it's very, very simple. Not too complicated. Let's add some of these motes that I've just got chilling around in my inventory for some obscene reason. And that is good. Okay, so that will start us on the Tree of Life. And this is going to give me... the key life elemental buildings that I will be able to use. Now, whilst we are waiting for that to happen, which shouldn't take too long, and in fact, we should be able to get through a couple of these with just salt prisms and elemental lives. Let's see if I can try and work on the salt sanctuary. Salt prism, aether, shifting slabs, we've already got them all. The simple gripper. Yeah, so this is a pedestal, and then 2 aether, and the pedestal is a salt prism and salt. Where are we using that? We're using it over here. We're using it over here. Salt, prism, and salt. And then the aether. Aether is from down here. Tell you what, let's do it over here, because we got the salt. Actually, no, that's aether as well. Where... I'm literally just getting the salt from up here. Right. Oh, you've run out as well. Okay, not quite sure where the best place for this is going to be. We're going to run out of space, like, really, really quickly. I can already feel it. I can already feel the space constraints closing in. But let's do it, like, here, then. Okay, let me see if I can try and make it happen here. Alright, I think I've created what could be a unbelievably convoluted setup, or it could be totally genius. Either way, we're dragging from this salt line. We are converting the life aether into, or the life mote into aether up here. We're combining it in order to get the salt prism here. We're exporting it straight into here, where it's turned into a pedestal, and then we are going into here, which still needs an additional aether, which I have not planned for. But let's just pretend that that's what I meant to do. And then we'll just do this. And then I'll just pretend that it's totally legit and definitely not a last-minute addition to the whole operation. And that I'm cool with that. Yeah, great. This is what I meant to do. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go outputs and then output under, probably, or something like that. As long as we have... yeah, will you output there? I think that will work. So if we output here, and then to here, and then we do a big old bowl right in the middle there, that is perfect. So, gripper, gripper, perfect, and then that gets us within range of this, which is grand. Okay, good news is, Tree of Life research has been completed. Greenhouse, mana cultivator, and mana root has happened. It's been researched, that's fantastic. We can now continue to work on the mana bloom. And Nothing else, but that's fine. Before I do anything else, I am going to, real quick, just get an additional... There we go. An additional bit of transportation going on up here, because it's clear we're going to need a heck of a lot more. The great news is, though, is that we've got these simple grippers that are going to be coming through now, which is fantastic. I am very, very happy about that. Means that I don't necessarily need to manufacture them. Okay, here's the thing. This is cool. So we have, look at this. Look at this. We've got like a little, we're filling in our little diagram here. So if we have a little look at the things that we have unlocked a greenhouse. This is a basic life crafter, nourishes flora and root-bound power. That's right. A mana cultivator cultivates power from motes of life and leaves, and we have mana root, connects your life power network and spreads powers to adjacent structures. So this is where I think this game really sets itself apart from, you know, other games. And why it's so darned interesting. So currently, we are using all of these mana orbs for power. However, we can change that. We can change that by just using some of these elemental specialisms. And the crazy thing about the elemental mechanics in this game. Also, I am going to absolutely buffer this here. We need to be buffering it. There's pretty much no reason not to. The reason why I think this game is so cool is because each and every element has its own specialty. So, for example, life, the green stuff that we're making right here, it's going to allow us to make power in a way that is not connected to the current mana orb. So, how are we doing down here? Yeah, we're doing okay. Anyway, let's go down to the bottom of the world and experiment. I need to make sure that I take enough resources with me to satisfy everyone. There we go. We'll collect all these. Brilliant. Okay, so nab a greenhouse, nab a mana cultivator, and we'll also take a few mana roots as well. We will come down here and see what we can build. All right, the greenhouse can be built. I think it can be built anywhere, but I guess let's see. So, how does the greenhouse work? Right, the greenhouse is going to allow us to craft additional sort of fancy buildings. Mana bloom extends the life power from nearby roots to a larger area. Okay, I'm interested. I'm interested in all of this. What I think we need is a mana cultivator. So mana cultivator. Let's see. Let's put this down. Let's just put this down here. Aha. So we're going to accept mote of life and also leaves. This is a big life power generator. There is a way that we can make leaves. And I guess leaves are perhaps a more efficient way of powering this setup. But for now, I mean, what we can do is we can just, like, output this straight directly into the mana cultivator. Can we? Oh, yeah, we need to yoink you up and yoink you up as well. But here's the thing, right? Oops. Not what I meant to do. Here's the thing. If we do this, and then we power you here temporarily, you're going to start extracting the mote of life. Beautiful. And then that is going to get passed into here, and you are going to start generating 300 power with the mote of life. Amazing. Then what we can do is we can take the, what are these called? The mana roots, and we can spread this over to here. And as you can now see, our power network does not need, it doesn't need the mana orbs. How cool is that? I mean, it's not perfect, far from it. There we go. Look at that. It works. It absolutely flippin' works. Total generated 300. Total consumed is at 95. Raw power is 500. I imagine if we got leaves... I mean, how do I make leaves? It's a little bit of ether and some mote of... elemental life, not mote of life. I would like to... What the heck is going on here? What, I'm rotating. I don't want to rotate the belts. I thought F picked up. F does pick up. F also rotates. That's a little bit confusing. Not gonna lie. Why would F rotate? Why would F rotate? If F only rotates if I hover over the the belt and then press F. Otherwise it picks up. Either way, that is really, really cool. So, if I make... what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was making leaves, wasn't I? Wait, where's my ether? It's there. Cool. 5 ether, 4 of these... Elemental life. What's the issue here? Missing ingredients? What? Elemental life, 5 aether. What's the issue? I don't understand. 3 elemental life, 5 aether. I've got them. Okay, not sure how I make leaves here, but I presume that leaves are going to be a better power source. They're presumably going to generate more power for us than just the elemental lives. The great news is, though, I mean, look, it's absolutely not perfect. But hold on, let me extract this from here. It's not perfect, but you can kind of see the value. I mean, I hope you can see the value in having a power network that does not need to be connected up. It doesn't have to be maintained by me. There we go. Yeah, so you're not going to be in range. It's fine. Mana roots over there. Beautiful. And we take you up. And put you down there. I mean, I don't think I can reach you. That's the only problem. Not reach you from the inside anyway. I can reach from the outside. It's going to take a little bit more effort for me to get there, though. There we go. And I think there's a way that we can increase the growth here. I mean, let's have a little look. So, extends the life power from nearby roots to larger area. Already flippin' done it. So, that is the mana bloom. The mana bloom is going to require 5 elemental life. Let me go nab that right now, because I feel like that would be a good bit of kit to get. Yep, 5 elemental life. Good. What are we working on now? Biorhythm grants power to nearby structures and recharges nearby mana flares. Hell yeah. That's really good. So, mana bloom. Let's build it. What's the... Oh, look, it's like a substation. It's literally a substation. How cool is that? So we could just have one in the middle there, and that would cover absolutely everything. That's huge. That is really, really huge. So, anyway, that's the power. That's the power of Earth. That is the Earth elemental power, and it is good. It is very, very good indeed. Right, I've still got these grippers. Yep. Still got the grippers to link up. Let's get... We'll just do one pedestal for now. Let's not, like... Let's not go OTT here. There we go. Good stuff. And... Come down this way. Yeah, fine. And just yoink it in there. That'll do. As I say, it doesn't really need to be... That's what I need. Doesn't need to be overly complicated. We will just chill with that. Oh, look at that. We got loads and loads of slabs. I will take the slabs, because of course I will. And then we will get some replacement stuff in here. Now, how quickly do I want to roll out my sort of electrical network to everywhere? The answer is, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how quickly we want to be dealing with this. I mean, it's really annoying to redo the mana flares. Not to mention the fact that it is really disruptive to, like, supply. So I think maybe like a mana bloom. Would a mana bloom fit in here? A mana bloom would fit in here and basically completely solve. I mean, with the exception of that one single hand up to the top, a single mana bloom right there would completely change things. That's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to change this setup. I want to get this area completely reworked, and we want to see if we can try and get a power generation setup over here as well, I think. All right, look at this. I have got bloom, 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 and then just basically 2 of these power plants. I mean, literally power plants, I suppose. Very literally power plants. We've got 2 because they stack, as in we get an additive total. So at the moment, each is consuming mote of life, which we are extracting from here. And actually, that should be changed because we should not be reliant. We shouldn't have our whole system be reliant on these orbs right over here. So, yeah, let's see if we can try and... it's decent enough. And then we'll just place down another orb right over here. In fact, you know what? I kind of hate that. Let's take that all back. And then see if we can just try and get like a little offshoot from here. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, no, it doesn't really do anything. doesn't really change it. Anyway, the point is that now basically everything with the exception of this area over here and like a few setups, a few sort of like extra bits don't have a connection. Like this area over here doesn't have a connection. But the point is that as we progress through the upgrades here, the biorhythm grants power to nearby structures and recharges nearby mana flares. That's presumably going to give us like a little increase in this sort of blue highlighted area that we're going to see. At least that's what I'm kind of hoping for. So we're moving to bioradiance, increases the range of the biorhythm by 100%. I think that's going to increase this as well. I don't know how it's all going to work, but either way, it doesn't really matter. We need mana roots in order to get that leveled up. We are moving towards this. We've also finished the Salt Sanctuary research, which is great. So that gives me the Salt Sanctuary, the Niter, and the Swift Stone. Interested to get to grips with that. We need to build another infusion altar and begin water and earth research. So we've got water research up here, which is basically salt prism plus elemental water. And then we also have foundation of earth, which is same sort of thing. And now, I mean, we know that power is done with life. Power is done with the life stuff. How's this looking? Why are we not getting salt? Have I messed something up here? No, it's just coming in, but it's just coming in very, very slowly from this area. Okay. That's not super hot. We'll add some salt manually there. Oh, also, yeah, I figured out why we can't craft leaves yet. Leaves are unlocked at this node. Oops. At this node over here. So that is what we are going to be building towards afterwards. But it's just salt prism and elemental life. So, you know, we're going to unlock it anyway. Right. I think, with the small exception of the fact that we don't have enough salt, which I'm probably going to try and rectify... yeah, we're probably going to try and rectify that up here. I mean, I'm going to have to do some underground stuff. I mean, until I get some better power conduit cabling stuff, and by that I mean whenever I get better plants, we just have to like dump all of our stuff underground. Salt Sanctuary. Oh yeah, I need to get to grips with that. I don't know what the Salt Sanctuary is going to be about. But the good news is that the power is already here. This is not good. This is not good. We can do better than that. Right, power there. Power is already there. Great. We insert the grinder right into the middle there. That is the salt that we are after. And then the output will come down here. Ugh, I mean, I really don't like this at all because I'm going to have to do something like that. And then can we rotate the output, or can we do see, that's kind of what I was worried about, video game. Let's cut the line, because we can always replace that in a different configuration. So that goes there. The line goes over the top, which of course I don't have enough resources for, but you get the picture. And then the output of the grinder will go... Are we not going to be able to do this? We are absolutely not going to be able to do this. We're flipping cursed. Okay, let me figure out how this is going to work. Okay, it's better. I've fixed it. I had to move everything up a little bit, but it's already powered. It's already fine. That's going to get us more salt, and more salt is absolutely needed, because that is going to mean that we have a consistent sort of elemental green power of supply, which is really good. Radiant Flare increases the range of the mana flare by 1. Oh, is that next on the Salt Sanctuary? Yeah, that's on that. What have we got here? Catalysts for restoring the Master Portal. Ooh, I'm interested. Right. What we really need to do is we really need to get down and dirty. And I mean dirty. We need to get down and dirty with earth and water research. What are we thinking water-wise? It's salt prisms. So salt prisms we're not making up here, but we are making like a hell of a lot of salt. So it seems very, very sensible to see if we can try and build another altar up here and then just make another process. Also, where is earth? Earth is up here. Okay, so you know what? Let's clear out a little bit of space and see if we can try and yoink down another infusion altar in this area. I think we're gonna take a little bit of salt from this line right here. And I know that I'm doing a I'm committing a faux pas because I am, you know, I said that I was going to power everything with trees. It's not really worked out that way, has it? But that's all right. The point is that I think we can get a little bit of extra salt. If we need to get extra salt, we can always extend the line down here and just start yoinking. But there is plenty. I mean, all of these salt belts literally just feed into this and then this. And it only moves forward when we've got research that is getting done. So that's fine. Right. How are we going to get the aether component? That's the real question. Because it's going to need to come from the mote of life. Yeah. Where am I going to get that coming from? Maybe down here? Hell yeah. That's literally perfect. Okay. So up here. Beautiful. And I don't have any long extenders yet, so we're just gonna do something like this. We'll see how many we're gonna need. I'll get a couple of grindstones just for good luck. There we go. Salt Sanctuary, Elemental Binder. We will need an Elemental Binder. I've got 11 simple collectors. That should be plenty for us for now. Let's do this. Let's do this. Do this. Power it all with 2 orbs, and we'll make sure that they're right next to each other. That's good. That is going to give me salt. Salt output. Fantastic. Okay, next piece of the jigsaw is going to be Mote of Water, and I'm going to get 2 of these suckers. This is going to be my entire elemental water output for now. Yep. Just come up here. Fine. And then we get... Where do I combine this? This is in the elemental binder, isn't it? Well, I'm going to need another elemental binder. Let's make sure that we are taking you out of here. Oh, just why not? Add another orb whilst you're at it, Potato. That's great. You know, there's no reason not to just waste a huge number of resources. A swift stone. Alchemically infused path increases movement speed. Okay, that might be something that we investigate. I don't think it's something that we investigate right now, don't get me wrong, but it's good to have in reserves. Right, then we're gonna go into an elemental binder right here. Yep, I know we're gonna power both of these up. If I like this setup, which at the moment I'm not, if I like this setup, I will change it and I will add some permanent power components, but for now, not a huge fan. Either way, is this what we're after? It's aether. I don't need salt. What the heck? Ah, no. Okay. My bad. So, the aether, so in order to make the elemental water, it's just aether. The salt component is for the infusion at the altar. That's fine. That's fine. It's actually, as it turns out, that is a smidgen easier. That is a smidgen easier for me. All I need to make sure that I do is I underground this belt. We will leave this right here for now. Do I love it? Nope. Do I hate it? It's fine. It's fine. There we go. Yoink that out of there. Yoink that into there. Perfect. Oh, yes. Let's go and check out this. So this is Biorhythm. Grants power to nearby structures and recharges their mana flares. So at the moment, we don't know what that means. Spell aura. Is it a larger thingy of this? I don't think so. I don't think so. Aha, so this is Biorhythm. So we can select different spells here. What does this actually mean? Oh. Oh, look at that. It's like an AoE refill. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So, what does that actually do again? Grants power to nearby structures and recharges the mana flares. Okay, so if we are standing near it, it will be powered. And also it recharges mana spheres without us having to actually worry about this. And also, as far as I can see, there is actually no cost associated with it. It's just we exist. Now, obviously, we're going to have to change over to... Yeah, there we go. We're going to have to change over to the other mana flare spell in order to place new mana flares. But this is absolutely sick. I love it. I'm a big fan. I'm a very big fan. Right. So, you up there. into that. Good. And now we will start outputting the elemental water, which is perfect. Did I come prepared? I got one. I came prepared. I came prepared enough. That's what matters. So, I want this infusion altar to be the area that we infuse both earth and water. And that should be... I mean, we should have plenty of room up here. I don't hate this area. I don't love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it could be more optimal, but it's okay, at least for now. Right, are we making progress on leaves? We seem to be. Although the reason that we might not be making progress on leaves is because we might be making progress on the other things, and it looks like, as far as I can see anyway, we have got all of the components for absolutely every bit of research that we are doing right now, which is great. That's very, very nice indeed. Yeah, so this is a bit of the problem. So whenever I walk within range, we will immediately... There we go. Immediately start powering up the building, and therefore end up causing ourselves a little bit of confusion temporarily as I try and figure out which buildings have not got the required components. But you know what? That is a small price to pay. In fact, it's a tiny price to pay. So that there. That's there. Let's go in, and of course, I'll have to go mana flare, and a mana flare. So that is... I mean, that could be both of the components, but I think I might make another little setup. Just because, you know, consistency, I've done it so many times now. We'll keep it real. Okay. You come down here. Great. And then what do I need? I need this stuff, the salt, to come this way. Beautiful. Yoink that out of the way. Fantastic. So, one last... If I just... Whatever. Hex is still breaking my brain a little bit. You can probably tell. Well, you can easily tell. Right. That's it. We should have the power to do a third bit of research at the same time. Can you believe that? We're working on 3 bits of research. How cool is that? How many factory builders let you undertake 3 bits of research at the same time, simultaneously? I like that. Okay, so it's going to take us 30 loads of salt prism and elemental water in order to get that up and running. Leaves is 200 actually. That's going to take us quite a long time. But it's going to keep my elemental things busy. I'll actually yoink a few of them because it's always good to have them if I need to build power or whatever. Let's get another mana flare right in there. This area is just absolutely, it's crying out. Oh, look at this. Total generated, total consumed. We are absolutely not producing enough power. That is 100% to be expected because I need more mines. And this was honestly something that I foresaw about a million years ago, but chose to ignore. It's hard to believe. Me choosing to ignore a problem? I know. Very, very, very hard to believe. But it's a very easy fix, and I did kind of account for it, because I did want to get a sort of second layer, and then just punt a big old power cable, like, right through the center. Let's try and curve this around as much as we possibly can, so that we get, so that we integrate it, like, as early onto that chain as we can, really. That's what we're after. Good, you are going to have some issues, but that should be... that should be fine, but then again, I have just cut the entire network in half. So, what does that mean? Well, it means that we're going to have to, at least for now, because I don't have any better power cabling. I do like... the progression of the power cabling in the... Well, in fact, everything feels very, very natural and very, very thought out. Right. Do I need more power cable? Yes, just a little bit, though. Just a little bit. Here we go. Build a bit more. And then punt it in. Cool. All right. Then that gets everything going back together. It's still not perfect because we are super low on power. We're only generating 600, and now we basically need 900. We basically need 900. So that is a great reason to rework this area, which is a little bit risky to do. We've done the water research. It's nice. A little bit risky to do this right now, but I need to get another mana cultivator. And I need to have space. I need to have space for more. So the simple solution to that is that we do get more. And we do something like this. There we go. Come out here. Come out of here. Link this all up. And then we just get a bunch of... There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, because of course I've made space down the side here, we should be able to just get a simple belt that runs all the way around. Much like in Factorio, you've got a big belt of coal. Here we got a big belt of, I don't know, plant parts or plant elemental parts. Something like that. Either way, that will eventually give us 900 power. And believe it or not, that doesn't even... Well, it comes kind of close, I suppose, but it doesn't even get us the full way towards what we actually need. And speaking of full way, I've got the opportunity to just add... Got the opportunity to just add extra bits in here. I mean, pretty daft that I just don't, you know? It'd be silly not to. I mean, what, at the expense of a few extra power cables to get everything linked up? Fine with me. There we go. Looking good. Fantastic. Really, really happy with how that's coming together. And you need access to this. That's good. That'll allow you to get reconnected up. And I'm going to chance it. I'm going to try building one last mana cultivator over here. Yep. And it's going to be... It's going to be a bit tight. No, it's not going to be a bit tight. That'll be fine. Of course, that is problematic power-wise, but it's okay. And we'll get you to come out this way. I know it's not even. I'm actually not that bothered about that, all things considered. It's okay. Right, as long as we're starting to see some of the resources backlogging on the belts, then that's good. Total generated 1,200. That means that all of the cores are connected up into the network, which means that they're all working just fine. Leaves, we're at 46 out of 200, so eventually when we get leaves, we will hopefully get a better power source. I think that leaves are going to count as a better power source. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Water research, we have completed it, mate. We have completed it. So we're going to get a streamweaver and a streamway. And we've unlocked all of this additional stuff over here. So before we investigate what that is, I mean, wow, look at that. We're just going to start on the water research. How cool. I completely forgot that we don't actually have to worry about it. It just happens. Foundation of Earth. It's time for us to get a little earthen setup going as well. Am I gonna... This is so good. This is so good. The fact that everything is, like, working is... Take all the salt. The fact that everything is working is exactly perfect. I'll take the elemental life. I need a little bit of additional aether, and I don't think I buffer aether anywhere, do I? I don't think I do, and I feel like I should. I feel like I should. Let's buffer aether right here, because... It's just really annoying to... where is it? It's just really annoying to come back and have to worry about... getting additional bits of aether every now and then. Why is this not working? Oh, I see. We're waiting for aether coming from down here. Well, there shouldn't be any issues with this. It should work. Should be working fine. I guess we're just consuming it all up at the top. Oh well, that's a problem. That's a problem for the future. This is good. It's good that we're making progress with the research. Right, it's nighttime, but that's not going to stop me from heading on up here and seeing what we can do. So, let's think about this. So this is going to produce salt, right? The earth produces salt, which means I need to combine salt and aether, I think, in the binder. I'll get the binder right now. We'll get a few... Also, is there anything else up here? Oh, there's a bit of earth. There's a bit of earth and a bit of earth. A bit of life and a bit of life. With 2 bits of life, there is the chance that we could get some additional power operations going. That might not be the craziest thing in the world. Now, do I just need the moat from this here? I think that's all I need. Am I completely out of slabs? I am completely out of slabs. Okay. Go and restock. Radiant Flare, you know what? There's pretty much no reason that we don't take the Radiant Flare upgrade. So this is going to increase the range of my Mana Flare, which means that now, look at that. I'm going to need about 50% less. It also means that they're going to deplete slightly faster because they all have, like, more power consumers. But, that aside, we're going to need 50% less. So all of these could probably be consolidated into, like, 2. That's great. That's really good. I think it's a really good upgrade. I should be going around with my biorhythm. There's pretty much no reason why I shouldn't be charging these things up as well. I mean, literally everywhere that I go, I should be taking the biorhythm with me. Anyway, I came down here for the slabs. Also, I love the fact that you can walk on this power conduit. It's so good. It's so flippin' good. Salt. I keep picking up the salt. Where's my slabs? My slabs are here. It's good. It's good. Yeah, lots of aether. Lots of aether going missing. Or should I say, going up to my new production area. It's not necessarily going missing, it's just been repositioned. Quick little refill on all of these orbs. This is such a sick spell. Absolutely love it. Beautiful. Okay, so let's have a little look. It's a little bit dark right now, but I think we can make this work. So, we'll go here. We'll get a little orb for you. And actually, that's all. Of course, we now have a much wider area of impact, so we don't actually need that much. We need to get aether over here. Do I maybe just want to do it with trees? Is the tree how I get aether? It is from tree. It is from tree, so I could do it. Streamway Delta. I really want to experiment with that, but now's not the right time. I want to get Earth done. Right, let's get this to produce a little bit of aether, just so that I'm not consistently using all of the same aether supply. Would be good to get another little area set up. Right, with any luck, we will start to see some of the aether coming across from the small little 4 extractor, 2 grindstone setup that I got going over there. That's good. We've got the Mote of Earth coming in. The Mote of Earth is going to be combined with aether. Amazing. And then what is it that we need? Is it just salt prism? It is indeed salt prisms, and we've already got them punted right into here, so we don't actually need to worry about it, which is just the most amazing thing in the world. Infusion altar. That's not the right piece of the puzzle, Potato. We need some pedestals. That is what we need. Right. That there. That there. Let's go. Boom. Like so, and like so, and a good little mana flare just to keep everybody happy. We've already got a mana flare up here. We're going to make sure that we buffer. It's very important to do, isn't it? Yes, it is, and I consistently forget to do it, so we should get ahead of the curve. And then it's just some shifting slabs down. And because we can't go straight down because it's a hex-based game, we're going to have to come across like so, and in like that. Amazing. That works. Okay, so that will get me everything that I could possibly need. That is amazing. Okay, should we experiment with some water now? I think I know what the water is going to be. In fact, I'm certain that I know what the water is going to be. But if we have a little look, we unlocked the streamweaver. I'll build that, and also the streamway. So this is going to cost me shifting slabs and elemental water. Transports many items atop a flowing stream. That's right. I believe this is going to be like a high-capacity belt. Which, there we go. Look at it. It's a high-capacity belt. I mean, can I integrate it into my network? There we go. It's actually probably higher capacity and higher speed, I guess. Yeah, cool. Okay, and it integrates directly with the slabs, which is kind of cool. The streamweaver, I presume this is going to be just like the advanced crafting building. Yeah, this is the advanced crafting building. I can literally only make the streamways and the streamweavers right now. So what is this going to give me? It splits the flow of items from an incoming streamway. This is a splitter. This is a splitter, folks. Yoink, absolutely yoink. So we need to make streamways automatically in order to research this and this. But we're going to continue to work with the underground streams. We're going to continue to get there. Nice. Nice. Hold on. Yeah, okay, we're doing We're actually, I think we're doing 4 bits of research. I think we're doing 4 bits of research at once. But apparently it doesn't show here. It's incredible. That is incredible. That is so big. Okay, so I need to make streamways and I need to make mana roots. That's what I need to do. That's next on the list. But the point is that we're moving through the Earth research as well, which is quite nice. We're moving through that quite rapidly. Very, very cool indeed. So the real question is, where do I want to make the streamway? I mean, it's literally just 3 elemental water. So it's not like a... It's not like an overly... I'm going to take some of these from here. It's not an overly complex... It's not an overly complex process. The salt slabs... The salt slabs. The shifting slabs are going to perhaps be a little bit more problematic than that. I mean, we do make them, but we do make them quite far away. So I could maybe set up a bespoke sort of setup for them. That's what I'm currently thinking that I'll do. So water will give us salt. And we need salt and salt prisms. So 2 salt, 1 aether. Actually, we've got the salt prisms over here. Salt prisms and salt. You know what? Okay, I can do this. Let's see if we can try and make this work. Okay, I think I've finagled a somewhat solution. We're going to take the salt from this belt. We're going to take... sorry, the salt prisms from this belt. We're going to take the salt from here. That's great. And we're going to move that into a Tinker's Table, which is where we're going to manufacture all of the shifting slabs. And from there, we will buffer. Yep, because of course, we're in the habit of buffering now. We're good. Can I not do that there? Fine. Oh, come on. Really? Can I... yeah. Rework this. Don't care. Don't care. It's fine. We can always move that position. We can always move the position of that later on. Right. Chest, please. Yep. I'll take it. And the chest will go here. Why? Just because I say it's going to go there. That's fine. Punt that into existence. Then a cheeky one of those. Move that back a little bit. And yeah, I think that's fine. We actually have plenty of space up here, which is quite nice. Very nice, in fact. And quite comfortably, we can slam that into there. So this needs to come back and loop back around and eventually make it onto the infusion altar, or onto its own pedestal to be infused in the altar, I should say. I suppose that's a bit of a semantic difference. But we'll just leave it 1 infusion altar there. We'll have... That's the output that we want. And we absolutely want to be buffering these because this is going to be... I mean, this is our tier 2 belt here, right? Like, this is what we want. Fusion altar in there instead. And that goes there like so. Of course, I missed out a gripper. That's fine. Make sure that it's all powered. I don't like how none of this is powered with a proper power setup, you know, with my life power setup, but that's fine. Either way, we've now got the streamways. The streamways will be able to get underway as soon as we have, like, any free capacity. At the moment, I have no free capacity, like, absolutely none. We are researching full speed ahead, and we're researching, as I say, even more, 4 bits at the same time. We're almost done with Earth. That's thankfully only going to lead to 1 more thing. Let's yoink it. That's good. That's going to be another sort of check on the objectives. That gives me a stone cutter and a reaching gripper. That looks like a long-armed inserter to me, and the stone cutter, I imagine, is going to be the building that allows us to build that. We have got granite being unlocked next. That's fine. What do we got over here? At leaves, we're still making progress on leaves. Why are we not making progress faster on leaves? That's what I want to know. What's the issue with leaves production? What are the issues here? Do we have everything? We got grippers. We got everything but salt. Everything but salt prisms. Right, which means that we need way more aether over here because it's all just being moved onto this belt. That's a bit of an oversight, I think you could say. Can I fix that? Yeah. Yeah, kinda. Kind of is the answer. There's a very limited... Okay, I'm going to take all this out. There's a very limited amount of space that we have here, right? Because there's only so much stuff we can put on the limited area here. Yeah, this is... yeah, that in there. That's good. That would work. I mean, that would get us ever so slightly more. Of course, we would need to... yeah, rework this, I suppose, a little bit. Take that out of there. Take that out of there. And then put that in there. And then we would have to come around here like so. And then a bit of belt would need to be undergrounded. But we power you up. Look, it's gonna work. It's going to work on a temporary basis because we need it to work on a temporary basis. We don't need it to be a full-time. Famous last words, but we'll leave it for now. Here we go. Cross here. Cross here. Good. Destroy that plant. Out, out. Brilliant. Okay. So that will give us, I mean, like 50% additional capacity, which might not sound like a lot, but... kind of is. Yoink that out of there. Yoink that out of there. I'm pretty certain that we're not wasting any productive capability. We're transferring them out as soon as we possibly can, and that's at least going to allow, there we go, the occasional resource to make it up here. I will put 30 aethers in manually just to see if that works. Because the other solution to this problem that I have is just to bring down another belt of aethers that I'm making over at the other life source area, which is up here, which I absolutely can do. I tell you what, that might be a good idea for the streamway. That's maybe not the craziest idea that I've ever had. I mean, how many streamways do I have? I'm making them. I need 3 streamways and 1 belt. Okay, so it's a lot of water elemental stuff. But to be fair, we're keeping up with production very well, I would say. That's nice. Oh, let's get my bioluminescence on so that I can just fill up all these tubs. I do still need to sort out power. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know where I'm going to bring it from. So for now, we'll just use the bioluminescence, biorhythm, whatever the heck it's called. That's fine. Yeah, these are super expensive, though. They are unbelievably expensive. I do kind of like the idea, though. I mean, like, what's the point of having the brand new spanking fastest belt in the entire world if it can't work? Sturdy boulders will be shaped by the Earth's unyielding will. Okay, not quite sure what that means, but we've got granite. Place motes from a quarry collector. What's a quarry collector? It's here. Okay, so salt prism, elemental earth. That's what we're going to be working on next. Salt prism, elemental earth, reaching gripper. Fine. When's my river delta coming along? Do I have the river delta? I totally do have the streamway delta. Let's get it. So streamway delta I will make. I can make them on hand. It will cost me something, but it's fine. So, does this work exactly like I anticipate? Oh, look at that. That is sick as heck. That is sick as heck. Right. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring all of my flasks down on a belt down here. I actually wish I could destroy all of these stupid plants that are in my way without having to manually right-click on them, but that's fine. Maybe we can unlock dynamite later on, although I kind of suspect not. But look at that. That gets us, what, maybe 50% of the way there? Maybe a bit more than 50%, to be fair. That's good, though. That is really, really good. I feel like that's going to give me something to do with all this extra aether, because we really do not need that much going out to this area. It's very simple. Right, place motes from a quarry collector directly onto a streamway. I think that's just like a... feels like a bit of a sort of holdover mission. The Quarry Collector. Attuned to the seismic power of Earth, doubling yield collection. Does that give me everything? Earth Adept. Okay, so I think that if the Quarry Collector just works for Earth, it's mid. If it works for everything, it's going to be good. Now, Earth Adept, this is what we need. So this is going to give me the Earth Prism, Life Adept, and then presumably, yeah, Water Adept. And that's our objective over here, which is fine. We're definitely okay with that. My research is slow, though. Like, very, very slow. I mean, incredibly slow. That makes perfect sense, actually, because it's not actually producing anything right now. So, you know, video game, yeah, that makes sense. What can I say? This area, coincidentally, is ripe for just using roots, because there has to be a natural break. So, maybe a bit of a waste to use one of our blooms. There we go, but link that up. That's good. And a few more. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, I think it's actually a bit of a waste to use the bloom. We'll yoink that out of the way there. We'll nab ourselves. What am I making here? Making their... Oh, yeah, I need to make the mana roots as well. I completely forgot that I need to make them. So how does that work? Oh, yeah, move out of the area because of my stupid bio thing. It's not stupid. I take it back. It's great. I love it. It's really good. But I need to make sure that I don't twist what I'm trying to do. You know what? You can just disappear. It's fine. Right. That looks much better. That looks much better. And now it's a consistent power supply. Means that we should never have any issues. What are my problems with this? The simple chest is not working because, of course, it's not. Because it's not been working for about a bazillion years because we're not getting salt off the belt in the proper way that we should be. Just, of course, that's just daft. You know what? It's fine. Just for all the resources that it's going to consume. I mean, just there we go. Just bang that back in there. That's fine. It doesn't take much. I mean, it's not much power to use to power a simple collector. So yeah, I'm quite happy to do that. Either way, that's going to return simple slabs to production. Now, how do I make mana roots? Mana roots are quite simply just elemental life and shifting slabs. Shifting slabs are going to be coming through here. Mana roots and elemental stuff. I mean, I'll take more elemental things any day of the week. But what I'm currently thinking is, I mean, if we've got simple slabs here, why not just manufacture... where is it? It's a greenhouse that I need, actually, and I've got a greenhouse down here. I just need to pick it up. If I manufacture a greenhouse, we would use it, I'm sure, but there's pretty much no reason to. Also, how much power are you using? You're only consuming 70 power. So if I could link that up to this, I would basically get a free... I get a free power provider. But look, I prefer my power being over here, to be honest. My power production being over there is better, I think. Right, so let's get this over here. No, let's not get that over there, because this is exactly where I wanted my power to be. Let's get this over here, and you know what? This is going to be good because we've got space for more mana elemental stuff, so we can do all of our mana elemental manipulation stuff in this vicinity. We will yoink that down. We will yoink some. It's just going to be a bit close to buffer. No. No. We'll be totally fine. So output into there. And then... Oh, how confident was I? I was too confident. Where's my pedestal? I take it back. We can make this happen. There will be some variation where this doesn't suck. Okay. That goes there. Yeah, move this across ever so slightly. Because we need to have... Yeah, that's fine. Easy peasy. I knew there was a way that we could make it happen. Right, move this back, this back. I need one bit of that. Ooh, there's a reaching grabber. Yeah, now that I can do that, I feel like the progression in this game is very natural. It feels very sort of like... It feels very It feels very progressful in the right way, if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. So, let's get some underground belts. The underground belts will just take the resource from here, which is honestly not doing so hot at the moment. So, let's top it up with a bunch of my own personal resource, which is good. And then try and figure out why the heck we cannot get more salt coming through. Honestly, I'm not exactly certain. If I take out of there, we shouldn't see any buffering here. I mean, there is excess stuff around, but that's not... This simple collector is not doing anything up there. I guess we have just completely exhausted the source. That's what's bound to happen, you know? That's what's gonna happen over the course of time. The good news is, I can link this up relatively easily. Is that gonna be in a position to get immediately grabbed? It is. That's good. That's what we're after. We've got no more resources in here. That's fine. Keep on coming down. Now, at the moment, we're using belts to do research. But it will come a time, or there will come a time where we're not using belts to do research. So, when that happens, we will be able to backlog a little bit. That worked there. It's good. And then right over here. Nice. Is there power within range? No, there is not. Fine. Okay, it's a little bit dodgy, but I think it's okay. I think it is okay. We've done some research. It's not even on my... Oh, yeah, it's there. What is this? The Quarry Collector? I'll take it. Very, very cool. Place motes from a Quarry Collector directly onto a streamway. Again, that does not sound like a super important thing to do, but I think it's just to, you know, move the questing system forward. Biorhythm. That's what I need. Let's do it. Let's make sure that I'm always walking around, especially in this vicinity, which is... very important. Very important to have my bio stuff on. There we go. Oh, also, how are we doing up here? I was going to say, probably not super great, because I haven't been up here in ages, actually. Yoink. And a yoink. And a yoink. That's good. Plenty of power. And you know what? I'll even do one more over here. And one more... right in there. Nice. Just so that we've got a little bit of spare capacity. And I think... Can we get away with just one single... Yeah, one single source right in there. I'm not going to leave it with just one single source. I'm going to have 3 sources. Because if we have 3 sources, then it means it's going to last a heck of a lot longer. Which is good. Right. Quarry thingy. What is it? Quarry thingy is going to be 4 granite. How the heck do we make granite? Presumably, we need earth elementals. Am I backlogging earth elementals? Yeah, I am, but of course I just got rid of them all, so... Or at least, I didn't get rid of them all, but I just, well, I did get rid of them all, I suppose, because I just didn't replace the important bits of kit. Same with the important bits of kit over here. Also, the streamways, the waterways, we will get that replaced. This is why I like tree power. Tree power is so good. Tree power is so good. It means that I don't have to constantly check on stuff. So definitely getting tree power. It's probably next on the list. Speaking of, I want to finish this big old Aether line that I am focused on getting done. And now that I've got the bits of streamway, we can do it relatively easily. Yep. There we go. Good stuff. And actually... This is not so hot. Actually, what am I talking about? I do not need this anymore. I have a delta for just this reason. So, let's do... I think we can get both sides of this, actually. Huh. Right. I need to get this to turn into here. So come down like another 1, another 2. Nice, quick, about turn. Down here. Down here. Okay, is that gonna work? I think that's gonna work. Man, I love discovering features and mechanics like this in games, especially factory builders, because I love them so much. But so that goes in there. Nope, that does not go in there. That goes in there. Perfect. And then that goes right up there. Look at that. Look at that. We've got things on both sides of the belt, which is not something that we could do with just the moving slab. Oh, that is so sick. That is so sick. So I don't know how it determines priority. It looks like it takes from the left as a priority, which maybe is not what I want. But hey, look, at the end of the day, it's cool. It's very cool. That's a new lesson learned. Right, quarry collector. Let's do it. Let's build a quarry collector. I've got a stone cutter. A stone cutter is going to be the assembly machine. So granite is two elemental earths, which is what we're making here, and then salt. But salt also comes from the earth motes, so we can make that relatively easily, actually. Let's see. Quarry collector requires 100 power, so that's quite a lot of power. Okay. Let's build this. Build this in here. Yeah, nice. Plonk you down. Superb. And out. So, quarry collector, does this work in... I mean, yeah, so it says double yield. So is that double-double? Double-double. Yeah, so it doubles the yield. Can we build a quarry collector attuned to the notes of Earth? Let's see if we can try and build a quarry collector and put it on something else, like another element. I think we probably will be able to. How happy am I with this entire setup? Yeah, I mean, I'm happy about it. Quarry collector directly onto a streamway. I mean, that is going to be a very easy mission to fulfill, because we just need to, like... I mean, I suppose we could do it over here. Let's go, yeah, let's go and test it over here. Let's go and test it over here. That's a stone cutter, but we need a quarry collector. Oh, maybe we can't actually do it. Maybe we can't. Maybe it's just earth. I guess not. Okay, so I guess the quarry collector is solely earth related. Well, that's a bit disappointing, because it means that we are now... Also, make sure that I've got my biorhythm on. That means that we're going to have to just keep the quarry collector for up here, which is fine. And then that, there we go. Place motes from a quarry collector directly onto a streamway. It's going to take quite literally no time at all to get that done, but we're going to do it nonetheless. Right, research-wise, how are we doing? Leaves are taking far too long. Salt mastery is taking far too long. Underground stream is... I mean, we should always be working on... We should always be working on research in both of our places. It looks like we're just prioritizing the earth research at the present moment, which is okay. Making the mana roots as well. This is a very complicated operational setup, but it is working, believe it or not. It is working. So that's good. We are manufacturing shifting slabs at a very, very decent pace. In fact, such a decent pace that I'm thinking we need to get another output, actually. Get another output. Not there, though. Let's do it here. And there. Yeah. Okay, so that should cover us in terms of capacity issues. Don't think we will have any issues. Will also mean that we can start buffering up on the simple chest just that little bit quicker. Plonk that down. There we go. Good. That's great. That is great. I almost feel like we need another infusion altar. I know that sounds pretty bonkers to say, but maybe we do. Also, oh, we're not getting any water elemental down here. Or elemental water. Why is that the case? It's not even like a capacity issue. It's just we're just 100% committed to making streamways, which is good, because actually streamways are more valuable than other things. So, could I make another streamweaver? It's not a streamweaver that I need. It's an elemental binder. Salt sanctuary. Yeah, I still haven't built a salt sanctuary. Maybe I won't need to build a salt sanctuary. Maybe not. Right. Elemental binder. We'll build that here. Oh, yes. I've got a long grabber as well that I can deploy. Let's build a few of those. Just so that I can say I've done it. Am I out of regular grabbers? I am out of regular grabbers for the first time, like, in the game, because I collected, like, 500 the last time I was around here. Okay, good. That is going to be 50% of what we need. And then elemental air. Ooh, okay. Elemental water is aether, and then the aether is going to come from... We're going to get a delta. We're going to get another delta. I think the delta is the... I think it's the way to go, honestly. I absolutely think it's the way to go. So we get this here. Yep, get that there. Perfect. And then underwater. Underwater, underground. Whatever. And then... Oh, can we use a long grabber? Oh, we can use a long grabber from here. Perfect. And... there we go. That will be everything that we could possibly need. And then we can do this long grab on the way back. Ignore the fact that my power situation is going to be shockingly inconsistent, and I am definitely going to have some major outages. Ignoring that, we've now doubled our elemental output, right? Elemental water. Why is there salt in there? That runs into the wrong place. Whoops. Okay. Try now. Try now. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. It looks like it does take... Takes 2 seconds for you. Takes 2 seconds for you. So it's actually the same length of time. That's actually not too bad. The good news is that we can have a little bit of additional elemental capacity here, which means that we can start doing the underground stream research. We've finished up with the Salt Mastery, which means that no longer will we need the simple grabber to be on the... I don't think we'll need the simple grabber to be on the infusion altar. So this is going to give me the quintessence and then diamond. I'll take it, even though I fully do not understand what is going on there. We're actually almost towards the vault. Advanced Earthcrafter sculpts massive chests from bedrock. Okay, love it. Bioradiance. We absolutely should be doing this one. Salt Prism, Elemental Life, Mana Root. Why the heck are we not doing that one? Oh, because it's not connected directly there. It's connected up here. And we are doing this one. The Rampant Bloom. Mana Blooms extend their root network under adjacent production structures. That is so sick. Underground Stream, fine. Inventory adds a row of inventory slots. That's Salt Prism, Elemental Water, Streamway. That is... I mean, we've got all of that. We've got all of it. We have everything. We have everything that we could possibly need for all of these different bits of research. We're now doing 5 bits of research simultaneously. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot, you could say. Is there anything new that I have yet to build? I want to... Yeah, let's... Okay, you know what? I tell you what. Let's build a Salt Sanctuary, because we've not actually built it yet. Let's also build a few Swift Stones as well. Just so that I can say that I've done it. Where is the Salt Sanctuary? It's here. You know what? I take it back. I don't care about pathing. Let's get Salt Sanctuary first. Then we'll get a little bit of pathing. Just because I want to build the exciting thing. The cool, new, exciting thing. Next thing that I probably need to think about is deploying a more sort of like consistent power setup to this area. What I would like to do, though, is get... I mean, I'd like to get a Mana Bloom. That's obviously what I'd like to get. Although, there's not really an amazing placement for any of these... For any of these things over here. And that's not bad, to be fair. But if I can get the upgrade that allows me to spread over adjacent production buildings... Oh, boy. That is going to be juicy. I think I've decided what I'm going to do. Well, first of all, we're going to build this Salt Sanctuary thing. See what we can get. Niter, Salt Sanctuary, Quintessence, Pure Fusion Element of Energetic Elements. Leaves, Ingot, and Aerosil. 3 elements that I don't even understand. Diamond, Mycelium, Sand, and Granite. Well, I understand Granite. And we can also make elemental binders here. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything that we really want to make in the Salt Sanctuary right now, so, you know what, I'll leave it down. What I have actually decided that I'm going to do, though, forgetting these paths, because, I mean, I don't care about the paths. Look, the paths work like paths. We walk ever so slightly faster. Amazing. I am delighted. Now we can walk faster next to our waterways. I'm being a bit flippant here, but actually that might end up being quite useful. There we go. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it from my inventory. To be fair, I probably need to make them a little bit thicker so that I don't wander off them too quickly. Anyway, the point that I was trying to make is I'm going to make another infusion altar. I'm going to make another infusion altar, right? Oh, could we put it behind? So what I was thinking, right? What I was thinking is it would work. That would work perfectly, actually. What I was thinking is if I put it here, I'm assuming, by the way, that we can use the same altars, or the same pedestals for 2 different infusion altars. If I do this, I should be able to speed up my research quite quickly, because I can do the earth stuff here, and I can do the water stuff here. Might not stick around forever, because there might be a change of circumstance where we don't need it, but I think that's how we'll roll. I think that's how we'll roll, at least for now. Okay, good. So yeah, the vault will be able to be processed, I mean, really, really rapidly now. It's good. It's very nice. And we should just keep up the pace. So we'll have 100% uptime now, which is great. And I feel like that is a step in the right direction. A reaching gripper. How the heck do I make a reaching gripper? It's a simple gripper and 2 elemental earths. Well, that's something that we can make over here. It's something that we can make relatively easily, because the reaching grippers are being made here, right? Yeah, they're being made here. And you know what? I have so many of these flippin' reaching grippers that I'm not going to get a new production setup up at the top. We're just gonna do this. Am I gonna be able to underground this component? I have a funny feeling that I'm not going to be able to. What about a long... That's not a bad idea. Yeah, what about 2 long boys? Heck yeah. Okay. Will that work? Do I need to put a chest down? I need to put a chest down. But if I put a chest down, it will work like an absolute charm. Superb. Right, let's pick up some more belt. I only need tier 1 belts. I mean, none of this is worthy of my good, fancy waterways, streamway belts. It's just a simple setup. I do need to be kind of aware that we're probably going to start running out of motes fairly soon in some of the more high production areas. You know, it's going to be problematic. Anyway, how do we make the high grippers? What is it in? It's in a stone cutter. Good thing that I've already got one. Yep. And you know what? We can put that straight onto this pedestal over here. That is gonna be great. That is gonna be great. Don't like that positioning at all, actually. That's a quarry. They look very similar, in my defense. Right. So, step up. Beautiful. Let's worry about power in just a sec. We'll get you to come down there. We'll get the pedestal placed first. That's where we'll go. That's where we'll go. That's where we'll go. That's where we'll go. Because then we'll get one of these in there. That in there. That in there. So yeah, we're not even going to use a long gripper. That will power everything bar this sucker over here. And then we'll get another thing for you. And suddenly that should be long grippers. Long grippers. What research have we done? We have done inventory. Adds a row of inventory. Nice. Increases movement speed by 10%. This is, look, this is exactly what I wanted to see happen, right? Like we've got a infusion altar for water. We've got an infusion altar for the mud stuff, for the earth stuff. We're doing 6 bits of research. Is this a bit crazy? I feel like this might be a bit much. We're doing quite a lot of research at once. Quarry collector. We're almost done with the vault, but now we're going to be doing the nudge at the same time. Cast on a structure to politely convince it to move over a bit. Oh, so that means that we're just going to be able to, like, walk through stuff? I kind of like that. That's very cool. I think power-wise, we're going to need to do a little bit more. We've currently got 4. I was undercooking my power a little bit because this bit was disconnected initially. Also, why the heck are you not connected up to my root network? That's fine. Yeah, but I'm going to need to get more power regardless. We just need more. I mean, we just need more power. And I think I am going to move... Do I want to move you? I don't actually want to move you. I think we'll just integrate you into the network, which I will do very, very quickly. And where is it there? Very, very quickly with very little heat for any component. There we go. Now total generated is 1,500. Total consumed is 1,300. Believe it or not, I actually think that we'd probably be better off getting at least one more mana cultivator. I think that's a sensible thing to do, given the circumstances. Can I maybe also remove this? Yeah, and replace it before everybody starts having a little panic. But if I get another little bit of production, yeah, there's no way that I can get Mote of Earth in there, is there? No way that I can get Mote of Life extracted. It's a bit of a shame, but that is the way of the world. So yoink, 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 and power this with that. That's all that it needs to... Whoops. That's all that it needs to get going. Then you'll get powered, and then you will output directly to there, and suddenly we generate 1,800, which is perfect. We're still working on leaves. As far as I'm aware, we're still doing it. We're just doing leaves and the rampant bloom at the same time. The rampant bloom is going to lead to bioradiance, or biorhythm increase. Mana blooms extend their structure. It's good. I mean, it's really good, but I would just rather have leaves. I suppose I could disconnect it manually, but I don't really want to worry about that. Right, vaults we've done. Advanced Earthcrafter sculpts massive chests from bedrock. This gives me wide chest and vault. Nice. So, Earthen Might. Earth Grippers. Earth Grippers grasp an additional item. Those are the long grippers, the long-armed grippers. And then Earth Adept is literally just Salt Prism and Elemental Earth. So that's pretty easy for us to do, to be honest. And then the Nudge spell, we're working on the Nudge spell. So I need to get Granite. I need to get Granite for the next piece of the puzzle. That's okay. I can do that. This is all looking good now. We should have plenty of power spare. Yeah, reasonably happy. Let's get the Biorhythm spell on. Is this getting closer, by the way? I don't think it's getting closer. I feel like I've been going for long enough that I would notice it getting closer if something did start to change. Good. What have we done now? This is Rampant Bloom. I'll take it. So, can we have a little look? Aha! Look at this. So, adjacent production buildings. Look at that. It is... Okay, it's not super... Like, not super fantastic. But it's definitely working. It's definitely working. And honestly, kind of leads me to believe that I should be getting the Rampant Bloom in here. Yeah, I mean, if we get that in there, so that will spread out to everywhere else. That is pretty good. So a few more Rampant Blooms would be great. Is there a power source nearby? I mean, not really, to be honest. I mean, I could make power from up here, and in fact, I honestly should make power from up here because this is a bit of a nightmare. This is a bit of a nightmare scenario for me where everything just goes down and then we are completely powerless. So yeah, let's get a quick little power setup over here. A few mines, nothing too crazy. Maybe 2 mana cultivators. And see what condition that leaves us in. Alright, the power setup is looking not too bad. I've just got 2 mana cultivators down here. 1 single mana bloom, which is connected to a couple of production facilities, nothing crazy. Got a few more mana roots on back order at the present moment. We're going to squeeze 1 into here, and that's actually going to cover absolutely everything in this vicinity, which is quite satisfying. There we go. Let's get that into there. Excellent, so that we should always be maintaining a good production level. And then over here as well. Now, I think we're still going to need to underground... Still going to need to underground a little bit of belt here in order to get the power conduit through. How much power are we making? We are generating 600. We are consuming 340. So... we're probably going to need more power out over there. If only I could get some flippin' leaves together. If only I could get my leave situation sorted. That would be really, really useful. 6 bits of research. Wow, that is quite something. Honestly, that is bonkers. Right, okay, finish up crafting all of this mana root stuff, and then let's get all of this linked up. We'll maybe even get another mana bloom at some point. See if we can try and squeeze that into the operation here somewhere. Let's switch back to the mana flares that we can see if we're missing anything. We've got full pedestals all around of all of the resources. It's just increasingly complicated things that we need to research. That's the problem that we're having. Mana roots, why the hell am I making them? Why the hell am I making them? Just give me them all. Just give me them all. I mean, if we've got the capacity to make them, we might as well just do that. Why am I sitting around waiting for that stuff to happen? It's ridiculous. Same with the belt. Give me the belt. That's fantastic. I'm not even using my path. It's fine though. Right, let's connect you up here. Great. So that's 2 of those. We're gonna do underground belt. We'll get just a little bit of that. The underground belt we are going to put in 2 strategic locations, here and here, and it should take no time at all to get that done. It's quite a satisfying chunking sound that you get. Could have done that one better, Potato, not gonna lie. Very satisfying chunking sound that you get back when a full belt empties after you replace it. Right, down here, down there. And I would wager that that's probably already put us over our limits. No, technically it hasn't, but I think it technically will, because... I think it technically will, because... Is that connected up? Yeah, it is connected up. It just looks like it isn't for some reason. Yeah, I think it technically will when we run out of orbs over here. So, you know what I could theoretically do? I mean, it would just cost me another bit of underground belts. We plop that down like so, and then we integrate that together. And now, look at that. We've got 2 new areas that we can add power generation, and it's all connected together in quite a satisfying manner. So yeah, I think we can be really quite pleased about that. Salt prism, elemental earth. What's the issue? What's the issue here? The issue here is that we have got stone grabbers, but we are not getting anywhere near the right number of elemental earth components. And of course, it is of course, because we are out of resources over here. And by resources, I don't mean regular resources, I mean power resources. So let's yoink a few of those. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's get it straight in the middle there. We'll take a branch up from here. Literally a branch. It's quite funny, isn't it? Literally a branch. Well, it's not literally a branch, but it's a root. That's as close as you can get to a flippin' branch as far as I'm concerned. Right, start spitting these out. That's marvelous. We're gonna get another one of these in there. And you know what? We're gonna get another one of these over. That's fine, because that was not connected anyway. We're gonna get another one of these here. I want to try and get the benefit from being connected to the... I want to get the benefit of being connected to the big root thing. But I suppose there's not really that much benefit because all they'll do is just stick down a teensy tiny bit of plant between these two things. In fact, I don't even need to stick down plant. What am I talking about? It's all connected anyway. Right. Yoink, out the center there. Where do you output? You output to there. That's good. This would be a great place to have a streamway. Honestly, really, really good place to have a streamway. There we go. Get that all tidied up. Whatever. It can look a little bit ugly for now, because the main attraction of this area is going to be the fact that I am going to triple, maybe not triple, maybe triple, definitely triple. I'm going to add 2 additional elemental binders right here. Yeah, that's what we're after. Good and good. And to power that all, can I put down a mana bloom right in the middle there? Darn, that is flippin' satisfying. That is very, very satisfying. Okay, good. So it's all going to come in now. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my long arm binders. Grippers. Binders? Grippers? What the heck am I talking about? Long-armed grippers. Actually, am I? This... Yeah, this won't be... This will be possible. What am I talking about? It will be very, very possible. And that will not be possible. But it would be possible if I moved it down by 1. It would be possible if I moved it down by 1, which will make everything less satisfying. But it will make me more satisfied. So there we go. Right. Now it's just a case of bringing up... Now where do you... It's that point right there. Literally just a singular point. It's good. There we go. And that's all that we need, right? I think that is all that we need. We've got the Aether coming in now. Superb. Absolutely superb. And this is all within power coverage, which is what matters even more. Bring it down. Yeah. Switch to freeform. Bring it underneath and across, because of course we can't do anything about our power cable situation. And yeah, do I want to buffer? Do I want to buffer? No, I don't. I just want to stick straight on the belt. Yeah, just stick it straight on the belt. Just get it out of here. Get it punted down, because we need additional capacity for our stonecutter, because we are making these long-armed inserters, and I will yoink just a couple of them, because I will need them. But what I really want to be doing... this is good. It's good to know. It's good to know where my weak points are in the power grid, so that we can fix it and replace the temporary orbs with the permanent blooms. Yeah, that is good to know. Also down here, yeah, I will get another bloom just because it makes perfect sense. Yeah, so now we've got some stuff happening. It's excellent. Looks like we're going to be moving towards the nudge spell. And seismic flare. Mana flare emits a tectonic pulse on cast, detecting nearby portals. What the heck does that mean? I don't flippin' know. I'm excited to find out, though. Because, I mean, of course I am. But that's all right. Oh, look, we're doing elemental research over here as well, because we don't have enough water coming through. Why do we not have enough water coming through? Because we don't have enough water motes coming through. Okay. We can maybe fix that a little bit. We can maybe fix that. Yeah, let's just do that. let's do that. It's a very sensible thing to do. And then yeah, that in there. That in there. Will that work? To be fair, it will if we put it in the chest. Okay. So, in fact, no, that will not work if we put it in the chest. We don't even need to put it in the chest. What am I talking about? All we need to do is that and that. Cool. So, that's us basically got a few more elemental motes, and I think that is all that we will be required to do in order to make that area work just that little bit better. It'd be so good if I could get some better... Be so good if I could get some better some better miners. That would be really, really nice. Or if we could, like, overclock. At the moment, we're at 100% saturation. Solar power, wind power, mana pools. Don't know what any of that means, but I'm excited to find out. We're still making streamways. Honestly, I'm fine taking a little bit of a break from water research, he says, as water research takes place. I'm fine taking a bit of a break from that and just doing some research on this, because the Earth Adept research is pretty important. Seismic Flare, Earth Miton, Earth Gripper's Grasp, an additional item. Large triangular storage chest with 18 slots. Ooh, okay. Okay. Niter, illuminate your surroundings with pure glow. I would like that. I would especially like that for the evening time, for nights. Do I want to get granite, by the way? I don't have a vault. Massive chests from bedrock? I don't think this is required. I don't think it's required. Not yet, anyway. The wide chest? I think it's a bit, you know, it's a cool bit of kit, no doubt, but I don't think it's going to be required. I don't think it's going to be required yet. So, you are just doing Salt Prism, Elemental. That is Mana Roots as well. And I think it's kind of alternating Salt Prisms. No, it's straight up on this one. But that's okay, because it's only going to be another 17 cycles of the infusion machine in order to make this work. Increases the range of the biorhythm. That's going to be sick to get the increased range of the biorhythm. I'm trying not to use it because I feel like it's a crutch that I'm continuing to rely on. But that being said, it is so cool to be able to walk around and just fill up all these machines here. There we go. Tell you what, I do want to convert this area to leaf power. There is pretty much no reason why it shouldn't be leaf power, because there is so much leaf power in the area. There we go. Now we will consume more power, but at the same time it will be good stuff. Right, what have I just done? Research. Nudge, we've researched nudge. Excellent. Let's get that unlocked then, so that I can see how it works. Earth, nudge. So I should just be able to walk presumably through here. Ah! No. That was not what I wanted to do. No. Not at all. How does this nudge work? Unable to nudge? Unable to... I don't understand how this nudge works. Whoa! Okay, so nudge does not work like I thought. It, like, you kick it. That's not a nudge. That's assault. That is something else. Okay, I don't think I'll be using nudge too much, but that's all right. Okay, finally finished up with the bioradiance thing, so that's the only mana root route that we're going to need, which means that we can finally focus on leaves research over here, which I hope is going to be my way out of this. It's not a power spiral. It's not a power spiral at all. We're actually remarkably okay for power now. I've kind of gotten on top of things. This area is going to be transformed with one of these. Yep, nice. Then where's our nearest power conduit? Do I want to drag it from down or from up? I guess it's closer here, but it's a bit more technologically complicated to get it here. I think I just want to drag it from up, to be honest. Right, give me a few more undergroundy bits. And then, ooh, do the biorhythm. Nice. Oh, look at the area of effect now. Look at the area of effect. It's absolutely ginormous. That is a technical term, I'll have you know. Yeah, I just want to drag it from down here, I think, which is just a bit of a... It's a bit of a capitulation. But I think it's worthwhile doing. This is going to be just a heck of a lot easier to get this over to here. That's not even the right area, Potato. That is one of the most atrocious belts that I think I've ever seen anybody draw. Let alone somebody who purportedly plays factory building games somewhat regularly and to a degree of professionalism. Not in terms of professional competence, just in terms of professional play them all the time. Right, so why is this not working? We have not got any things over here. That's what we need. That is what we need. So power goes there, and then that goes in there. You come down. Good. And you go across. Okay, switch off the biorhythm. I'm not even aiming for the right flippin' bloom. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? That is never gonna work. That is never gonna work at all. It's okay, though. We can reposition this. Right. That was a long and pointless diversion that we went on there, but it's fixed now, which is the main thing. That is going to be a restoration of salt bits, which is kind of what we need. Can I maybe get a little bit more? There we go. That is not what I wanted to do at all, video game. That is absolutely not what I wanted to do. So that goes there. That goes there. That's better. That's fine. That's perfect, I think. Yeah, good. Okay, so a little bit more of the salt pyramids coming through. They're currently being used over here to make the belt, and this belt is somehow remarkably still buffering my streamways. Am I finally done with streamway research? No, there's more. Riptide? Okay, that's cool. Look, as long as we're making progress on this, the Earth Adept, that's fine. Leaves finally look like it's happening. It's good. We just need more. We just need more of everything. That's the fundamental problem here. We need more of absolutely everything. You do not have any... What do you not have coming through here? There's a missing link. Here's the thing. There is some power that needs to be delivered to here. There we go. That's why these orbs are an unbelievable debate. I'm going to start removing them, actually, as soon as I know that we have replaced them. Because these orbs here will, like, live forever. They will just stay in perpetuity. There we go. There we go. Okay, so if we do... I mean, this maybe seems like a little bit of a waste, but if we do another mana bloom, like here. Yeah, I know it's going to disrupt things. We do another mana bloom right here. That will power this, which is really useful, actually, because that also allows me to slip a cheeky cable down the middle here, and you can come up there. How's that looking? That's looking fine. That's looking fine. That area is looking fine. That area is looking fine. Oh, let's test out this... whatever this stuff is. Illuminate your surroundings. Yeah. Yeah, they're okay. Not a huge amount of illumination, not gonna lie, but... well, it's okay. It's better than nothing, I suppose. Right. So, seismic flare... we are 100% working on that over here. How many long grippers have I got? Plenty of long grippers. We're doing all of the water work research. We're still doing the streamway research, which is now movement speed. It's fine. It's fine. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. What I really need is leaves. What I really need is leaves. And I've got a funny feeling that, yep, things have stopped operating down here. Why? Why are you not getting what you need? You have got the wrong type of resource in? Oh, I've messed up royally here, haven't I? Oh, yeah. Yep, I have. These water moats should not be on here. We can fix it. Don't worry, we can fix it. We can fix it semi-easily. But we need salt. We need salt to be coming through here. And I don't really have much salt. Unless we divert some from this area. Let's maybe try that, actually. Let's maybe try that. I think we can do this. If I can't, I can take it back by 1. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. Nice. And there. That will work. It's going to put more pressure on this salt line, but, I mean, frankly, this salt line is not doing anything, so if it's not doing anything, it's just sitting there wasting everybody's time. So let's go and get salty. Let's go and get salty. Added some salt in there manually. That's good. I will take the salt out of here. I know that it means it's going to need to buffer, but I think that is a situation that I can be reasonably happy about solving. Okay, good. Leaves. Let's skip forward in time to get leaves done, and then let's see where that leaves us. Haha, funny, pun intended. But as long as all three of my infusion altars are working, then we should be good. Why are we not getting more of these things coming through? I feel like I should be... Now it's Aether. There's always something. There's always something that we are sporadically running out of. Because there has to be. There has to be. Are we... Oh, we are not good power-wise here. That's the issue. See this? Saturation is at 40%. So clearly... there's a break in the power grid, and I have not fixed it. That's cool, though, isn't it? It's cool how you can see that. I don't know where it would be, though. Total consumed, total generated? What? What am I missing here? I'm clicking on the network. It looks whole. Ah, right there. Right here. Right here. Right where I was messing around. That's it. There we go. Okay. Now, return that. 2,400. 1,000. Okay, brilliant. So, I don't know if that was necessarily the issue that was causing us an Aether shortage. I think the real issue of why we have an Aether shortage is because we don't have enough, we're not producing enough Aether. I think that's the crux of the matter. So let me go and fix that out. I realize that we've just finished leaves, but actually I don't really need leaves because we've got power. It's just more good that we've got the research done, and we can start moving towards life adept now. Inventory, where we can't do anyway because we need leaves. Production, biorhythm will cause life blooms to grow moat on nearby life fields. Well, given that I don't really think that they are very good, in fact, they're quite annoying, these little plants. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that. Right. I'm going to let the game chunk away at some of this research. We should start work on the Life Adept. In fact, we're already 5 out of 300, which is not quite as far along as this one, but it's fine. We'll have to deal with water in just a second, but for now, I'm going to get a few more casks of Aether on this belt. All right, very, very interesting line that I've taken here, but that being said, it does look... Well, it doesn't look good, but it's functional, and that's what matters, right? That's what matters. Okay, I am happy with that. It's time to fix water, though. I mean, water is just not... It's just not working. We are just not making enough... We're just not making enough elemental thingies. We're just not getting enough elemental motes. They're just not coming through. How do we solve that problem? I actually think we might want to look around and see if we can try and find any other water elemental thingies. Also, yeah, I don't think we die from this. I think we just get, like, the life force sucked out of us or something. I don't really know what the deep lore on the portal is. What I'm really looking for, however, is that. Yeah, that's exactly it. That is exactly what I was after. So, streamway, yes. I think streamway, and we're actually not a million miles away from power over here. And this power network is all completely integrated now. So, you know what? Yeah, whilst I'm heading down here, I realized that I did waste a little bit of excess thing over there, but that's fine. We'll build one of these and some of these. And then, whilst we're waiting for all that to get up and running, we will get this area cleaned out. And what I'm thinking that we will do is we will have one central... We'll have one central main power supply area. And then we will get 2 belts. Those 2 belts will converge. And we will take the resultant stuff home. There's also a little bit of opportunity to scale this if we want to. There we go. Good. Continue to bring the power down. Shouldn't need that much more. Yeah, that's perfect, actually. Absolutely perfect. All looking good. Should all be lined up nicely. Let's cross you over to here so that we can get out of the way. And you know what? I'll just do... lock that so that we just build straight up. I think that will be fine. I don't think we need fast belt, actually, because it's not a huge amount of resource that we're actually going to be transporting here. It's a very limited amount. Very limited amount. Nice. And across. Just keeping it real. And then all the way up to the top, moving these pesky plants out of the way in the process. Right, now when we get to here, it's going to become a little bit more complicated because we are highly limited on space. But that being said, we could just go around. And honestly, freeform? Yeah, freeform is my friend in cases of incredibly weird landscapes. So, let's do it. Yep. Then when we're here, it's about reversing the direction of travel, and then we need to try and see if we can try and punt it over here. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So, is it pretty? No. Will it work? I'm not sure, but I hope so. It is going to take about 1 billion years for us to get all of the resources up to here, but it should be fine. It should be fine. All the while, we are continuing to work on this process. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try. Oh, we don't have power here? Seriously? That's embarrassing. Right, well, let's link that up there. That will extend the range. That will just complete it because it will extend down to the greenhouse. Right, in order to get leaves, I need 5 elemental and... yeah, 5. Abundant power production duration, the mana cultivator. I don't have any aether, though, so let's get some aether. And punt some aether into here. Take out the mana roots. So, yeah, I just want to do a little bit of leaf experimentation. I'm going to see exactly how much... it gives us in terms of power. I think it'll be a little bit. I don't think it'll be... too much. We'll take that out of there. And you can go back to building mana roots, which actually are not required anymore for any research, at least not as far as I'm aware. But it's good that you will be able to continue. In fact, actually, is it good that you're going to continue to buffer mana roots? I mean, I do need them. Although, that being said, why not just stop you making them and then start you making ether instead? Because literally with one single long-armed inserter, we can... Excuse me? Have I disconnected the power again? Is it here? My entire power network is down. Oh, are we out of... we out of goods? Well, now's the time for leaves to show their worth. Raw power is 900. Okay, that is good. That is really, really good. That is super useful, in fact. It looks like we're not getting any... yeah, it looks like we're not getting any resources out of here. I think this is what we want to change. This is absolutely what we want to change. We want to get leaves. We need to make them in a greenhouse. Let's destroy you. Yes, I know you're going to have issues. In fact, I know our entire power network is going to be having issues for a very, very short period of time. I'm sorry. I need to get on top of this situation. And clearly, I was lying about the fact that I didn't have any power issues. Although, to be fair, I mean, it didn't... I mean, literally until right now, it's not felt like I have had any power issues. But that's fine. Right, so you go here. You need the life... it's elemental life, isn't it? That means I need to process it up here, and that's going to be annoying. Yeah, so, yeah, we can do this. You know what? Fine, just give me that. There we go. You'll start transferring in here. Take the mana roots out of here. Beautiful. And then let's just straight up take him out of here. Yoink him round. And we're just gonna feed them right back into the network. Like, in fact, actually, we can just go backwards. We can just go backwards, and that's what we'll do. So we'll just reverse the flow of the belt. Don't look at the belt. Just ignore it for now. Just ignore it. There we go. And down here. Down here. Good. Good, 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 good. Good. And good. Fine. So, if I punt in a few of these. Yep. Mana cultivator. Yep. Because, I mean, I don't need any of these life emotes, do I? Life emotes? Life motes. Go, good. Is that everything? That's everything. Yeah, so... How many am I getting coming through here? Not a huge heck of a lot. I need to do better than that. I need to do a lot better than that. And... Yeah, it's time for a delta, I think. Do I have the ability to build one? I do. Build one. Get it here. Build out this way. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, because we need a lot. We need a lot of leaves. This is now... Ah, yes. You're not supposed to be exporting there. That's the problem. Although, yeah, you can, I suppose. You can, I suppose, export there because there is research that requires... Wherever it is. There is research that requires leaves. It's the inventory and the mystical creature thing, which I don't actually care about right now. I care much more about all of this other stuff. Are we going to be able to produce enough power to make this entire area work? That is the real crux of the matter. You know what? It's not a one or t'other. That's what I'm now realizing. It's not a one or t'other. What we can do is we can split our power production, at least for now, between leaves and emotes. Sorry, motes. Yeah, so 50% will come from leaves, 50% will come from motes. And that will make things hopefully just work a little bit more smoothly. What do you need? You need more life emotes here. It's good. Yeah, I'm going to double this production up as well because we definitely need more of them. Okay, with a little bit of finagling, we've basically just doubled our life mote capacity here, which I think is going to be really, really essential for those extra leaves that we are after. We've got 9 leaves there. We've got 10 leaves here. 10. Cool. So if we do need to add extra power, we 100% can, and we should add it with extra leaves. So I will future-proof this. There we go. Eventually, because I'm confident that we will have enough leaves. Eventually, we can do this, and you will just need to be connected to the mainframe in order to work, which is fine. That's good. Okay, life adept, we're just about 50% of the way there. About a third of the way through that. Why is my water? I left... Oh, I didn't fix the water. I didn't fix the water. I left it alone thinking, oh, it's going to be great. We're going to be able to solve all of our water problems whilst I'm away from here. But apparently I didn't put the one key bit of infrastructure in place in order to make sure that this all worked out smoothly. But that being said, with the addition of all of these water motes coming through, I don't think we're going to have any issues. So 1-to-1 ratio takes 2 seconds. Yeah, we should have a pretty consistent supply here. That's good. What do you need? Oh, it's not even water that's the issue. It's the salt. It's the salt that's coming through. So what's the issue here? We're getting the salts, but then we're not getting the aether, which is supposedly coming from here. That's annoying. I have nobody to blame but myself for this totally, I mean, shoddy workmanship. It's unbelievably bad workmanship. It's just, it is shocking. Right. Half of my infrastructure over here isn't working. Let's, I mean, look. It was all done with the best of intentions, because I want to, and I think it's really important for me to completely change my power setup so that it doesn't rely on me being there. And I think, to be fair, this setup is, you know, it's problematic, but there's no way to underground wires. It has to be done. It has to be the belts that are undergrounded. So there is no, you know, there is no alternative to that. And so, for example, here, we actually have, you know, a limited number of options about how we... Actually, do we even need these? We don't even need these. We just get ourselves a delta. Yeah, I was going to say, we have a limited number of options about how we actually solve this problem. But, you know, that just sort of highlights exactly what I'm talking about. And you go here. But that can't go there. It needs to be moved back. So then that needs to go back. And then that needs to get removed, which currently isn't doing anything anyway. So it's not a huge loss anyway. Okay, that goes in there. It's good. Can we just remove this belt? Yeah, we can. Then underground it here. Underground it. Yeah, I think this is legitimately the best solution. What the heck is this belt for? That's for salt. I see. We're dragging the salt from there. Right. Again, lots of moving parts here. But the biggest problem... Oh, I could have just connected this route up here, couldn't I? Yeah, so that gets... That restores salt. At least it restores partly the salt production. Then that can go there. Let's get one more delta. Can I put a delta into a delta? I kind of can. It's kind of cool. Doesn't really solve the problem that we need, though. Right, I think that's the solution there. So we've kind of got this bit of a weird journey that we're going on, but I think it's fine. Look, I think it's the short-term, like, you know, maybe the more difficult thing to do is to replace all of these components with the power network. Long-term, it's definitely the right thing to do. Total generated is 3,900. Wow. Are we backlogged on leaves? Not quite there. We're getting there, though. It's good. Either way, that's looking fine. Water-wise, water elementals, we are now starting to backlog them. That's fantastic. We have got loads of earth elementals. We should be making nice progress on this. Earth elementals, salt prisms. We're not, of course, because the salt prisms are not yet coming through here. Let's try and work that back. Salt prism, salt prism. Is there a... What's the issue here? What's the issue here? Salt. Ah, yeah, salt should be on here, shouldn't it? Well, I'm just not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna get another delta and shut my eyes, pretend that it's fine. We need another one over there. It's okay. Shut my eyes, pretend that it's fine, and it will be fine. Actually, can we, like... We can do that in a single... We can do that in a single delta. And then we just link you up here. And then that's actually way better, because now we split evenly between the three... Now we split evenly between the three belts, and that is all of our income sources, with the exception of these two, which feed onto that belt as bespoke, but that's fine. Right, salt prisms. Yeah, that was a bit of an annoyance, to be honest. That is that's a distraction. Let's see if I can try and yoink all of these out here, and maybe try and yoink the salt prisms into their own little Yeah, there we go. Yoink the salt prisms into there so that we can just start getting a little bit more progress on all of these different things, because it's just the adepts, right? It's just the adepts that we need in order to get the research stuff done. The streamway, yep, we're actually making progress on the waterfront again. Wow, who would have thunk it? It wasn't the elemental issues, it was quite literally every other issue. A lot of it is bad belt management, I get that. A lot of it though is power, right? I've not built for power. How are we doing with power, by the way? 10, 10, and none. Okay, so occasionally we're getting a little bit of extra resource coming through. A little bit of extra leavage. That's fine. What's the issue with leaf production? There's basically none. We've got plenty of salt coming through now. It's good. You are transferring. Oh, I see. The issue is that we've got 2 in and only 1 out. That is a big mistake. Can I... Oh, I can't. I can, but only over to there. I can only export from that chest, like so. Maybe here's what I should do. I'm gonna end up regretting this if I do this, but I'll transfer 50% of these out here, and then into there, then into there, then delete that. Then, let's see if we can try and nab ourselves a brand new wide chest. That's what I'm talking about. So we still don't have granite production, but I do not care about granite production at this point. I care about the white chest right in there. That is cool. So that gives us way more productive capability. And more importantly than that, it gives me plenty of space to work with in terms of outputs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. That is looking way better. And now we can continue to press on with the adept research, and we can continue to press on with the manufacturing of leaves, which should perfectly balance all of the requirements for all of this different stuff. I'm a little bit worried about the water stuff though. Yeah. I feel like the water stuff should definitely be going faster. And I'm just kind of confused. I mean, because it seems like anytime that I come back up here, we are consistently doing the research. It's just it always seems to be the streamway research. Maybe after we're done with the seismic flare, maybe it looks like the more complicated researches get done more regularly than the simplistic researches. I suppose that's fine. Okay, let's finish up with this, which is not going to take us very long at all. It should just be a case of moving quicker. You know what? I've had another idea. What if I get another infusion altar for water, like bespoke for water? It's going to make this area even more insane. Where would I need to put it? I mean, I know I've just fixed this area. I need to put it here. Oh, but that's so possible. It's so doable. Okay, that video game. I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, you pick up from there, but you don't actually need to exist. You're fine not existing. Okay. So now we are able to do... Now we're able to do water research at a pretty decent pace. That is the underground stream, which I feel like I've been working on for about 1 billion years. We're almost done with the life adept, because it's the only thing that we're working on, because we're not supplying leaves to the altar. After we get done with seismic flare, it's going to be full speed ahead for the earth adept. And after we get done with the earth adept... I mean, we've got 3 altars here. We should be able to get either the water adept or the earth adept done really, really, really quickly, because, well, we can do 2... Well, 2 of them... Well, this one can do either earth or water. That's what I mean to say. Oh, look at this. We're starting to backlog on the old leaves. That's pretty fantastic. We're generating, by the way, 3,900 power. That is something that we can be very, very chuffed about indeed. And I am thinking, I should probably be buffering that somewhere, but that's okay. Right, seismic flare. Mana flare emits a tectonic pulse on cast, detecting nearby portals. Okay. What's this gonna do? Oh. Okay. What's a portal? Like, let's go and explore. What is this? I have absolutely no idea what this portal is. Let's, okay. Let's go down. Let's go down and have a little look-see. Because there's, like, nearby portals? There's, like... Okay, continue down. Continue down. Oh, this looks kind of new, kind of funky. Not sure what it means. Oh, there's a portal here. There's a portal here. What is this? So this is a life earth portal. Aha. Okay, so are we going to need crystals for restoring the master portal? So that's different. So life earth presumably is going to be... So that's a heavy chest over there. And then it's a life earth portal. So presumably we need some sort of a crystal. I don't think the earth prism is what we're going to need. I think we're going to need something else. But at least that's the way that we detect the portals. We do so with the seismic shock. And it looks like the mana flare now with the seismic shock upgrade. I think that the two other portals, I guess, will be other combinations of the three elements that are... I think it's 3 elements that are currently in the game. There might very well be more elements. If there are, then I suppose we'll come across them. But at least I suspect that the other portals will be different combinations of the elements that we see here in front of us. Anyway, we are just about to finish up with the underground stream, which we are on 99 out of 100% research, and there we go. Literally just completed in front of my very eyes. I will take it. Been a long time coming. Riptide. Summon a burst of water to sweep entropy aside. Gathers ingredients from streamways. Okay, is that entropy? I suspect that that is entropy. I guess we will find out in just a second. Speaking of finding out in just a second, looks like we are coming up to getting the life adept done. And you know what? After we've done that, I think we can go back to exporting a little bit, or at least some of our leaves to the... Yep, there we go. To the... Take that out of there. Some of our leaves to the portal here. So, how many leaves... Oops. Nope. Drop you there. How many leaves do I have in here? I've got 2 leaves here. I'll add 13, so at least we can start the process of getting the additional inventory. I'm going to take Life Adept. Oh my goodness, there's so much. Life Mastery. That's what we need. That is the crystal thing that we need in order to get the portal up and running. Life Prism, Elemental Life. Life Prism, Elemental Life Leaves. Life Prism, Elemental Life Mana Root. It's a good thing that I've left all of my components in order. Terrarium, Master Crafter of Life and Earth, cultivates life within earthen sanctuaries. Okay, so that's going to be like the mix of the two. I see. So they're going to like mix there. And then we've got Reef Crafter, Corallite, Reef Crafter. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Also, speaking of a lot of stuff, there is a 10% movement speed boost, which is great. Means that I never have to worry about streamways again until, of course, the next milestone up here. Riptide is Salt Prism and Elemental. Ooh, that actually does feel a little bit more quick. That's pretty good. Okay, so what is the research that we're going to be doing here? I mean, we must be doing... Okay, it looks like Earth Adept is what we're going to be focusing on in the center here. And then the Riptide is what we're going to be doing over here. And we're already like 25% of the way through that one. So, yeah, very, very nice. Very happy with how that is all looking. That is the Riptide research done. And also the Earth Adept research done. Sure, let's do the Adept research. Let's get it out of the way. Excavator. Oh, I really want to do that. Hold right click to harvest with increasing speed. Yeah, I mean, is that doubles collection locations? I really want to be able to increase what I do with my quarry, but hey-ho. Anyway. Right, we've also got Riptide, which is our brand new spell, which will summon a burst of water to sweep entropy aside. Means we can now press on with sand research, and then shoal sweep. Riptide also gathers stuff from shifting sands. Oh, yeah, we should see both of these working on the water now, which is quite nice. Let's have a little test of Riptide, shall we? Here we go. How do you work? Oh, there we go. We literally cast it like boom. Boom. Wow, holy cow. So is this entropy over here? I guess we'll go and find out. See what there is. Also, looks like we're about to finish up. Aha, it is entropy. Okay, good to note. Very good to note. Don't have enough mana to deal with that at the moment, but it's fine. We can get this all cleaned up. Not like it particularly matters, I don't think. It looks like it sort of replenishes around these sort of core cracks. I think in order to repair this portal, we're going to need to get all of these different elements in order to sort of like make it all work together. That's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Let's pick up this, adds a row of inventory slots, and then biorhythm is going to do something extra for us. Very nice. Okay, so it's just sand and then the water adept that we need in order to get our third adept research properly sorted. Well, I've gone and done it again. I've made another infusion altar, which I think will allow me to get the water adept, the last adept that we need, sorted as soon as I can. Sand is done. That's a recipe, which presumably we will use for some stuff up here. Either way, that's a lot of capacity that we've now got. This is a heck of a lot of water adepting that we're going to be able to do. Mystical agriculture. How are we doing with you down here? Ooh, why have we got no power here? I will introduce a little orb. A little mana flare. It's been a while since I've thrown down one of those, but hey ho. We are working away. Mystical agriculture. It is right in the center there. It is good. We are doing what we need to do. What are you doing? Reaching gripper. That is picking up from there, dropping onto there. Okay. You're not actually needed, to be fair. It's fine. We don't have enough capacity on this belt anyway. Yeah, wow. Oh, this game is so good. This game is so good. This game is so fantastic. I am having an absolute whale of a time. Okay, water adept up next. Let's get that sorted. And would you look at that? It is done. Water adept, boom, has been researched, has been finished. Okay, there is like clearly something up here. I don't know how we unlock air though. Restoring the Great Portal requires mastery of all 6 elements. A keystone will only open a planar portal from its own side. The planes await. What? I think that basically means, you know that portal that we went and had a little look at? That is clearly what we need to get towards. How do I make a life prism? How do I make a life prism, for example? I just want to check this out. So we need production, arboretum. That's what I'm after. Right. So I build one of these suckers, and then what's the recipe for this? So a life prism is just a greenhouse. It's just 3 elemental life and salt prisms. So what the heck does the arboretum do? God, there's so much stuff in this game. There's so much stuff. So the arboretum will allow you to make other arboretums. Right, that's it? Ah, that's what you need for the life keystone. It's a flippin' challenge. That's what it is. So the life keystone is up there, but then you need to get... Ooh, fractured knowledge. This knowledge eludes you. Interesting. Attuned to the verdant fever of motes of life, doubling yield collection. Ooh, okay. Okay. But the infusion alter ingredients are life prism, elemental life, which is pretty easy. The corallites... I don't even know how you get corallites. Is that one of these things? Reef crafter? Yeah, I don't even know what corallite is. Bismuth? I am not sure. Collector speed, day caller, evening bloom, verdant, reach, verdant, expansive chest. I have no idea. I have no idea where you're supposed to find these things. Mana leaf, mana player regen. All this is good stuff, though. Don't get me wrong. All this is good stuff. Is it made in the Arboretum? Mana leaf, mana canopy, verdant collector, life keystone. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, there must be... It must be connected to, like... It must be connected over here somewhere, you know? Because there's definitely, like, something else that goes out of the way. So if you put in... Yeah, if you put in life... If you put in life prisms and earth prisms into here... Ah, there you go. See, look at that. The terrarium and bismuth will be unlocked there. And then we will get corallite and reef crafter from this train. Wow. I feel like we have scratched the surface. Like, the most superficial surface level of this game. Truly. I mean, this is phenomenal. I really genuinely believe that this is one of the best factory builders to release in 2025. It is so unique. It is so much fun. The factory building mechanics are so tight. It feels so unbelievably slick. And, I mean, just look at this tech tree. Look at this tech tree. Anyway, check it out if you're interested. Linked down in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching. I've been Orbital Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.